They threw the shade, try to block the sun. Naysayers rise, we've just begun. They spin their lies like a web of silk. We cut through fraud sharper than steel. They call it passive, but the scheme ain't clean. Dreams sold on the back of a fake machine. As plays the king in a cardboard crown. We're here to flip his kingdom upside down. Victory with us, she screams all day, but sayers a nay, making fraud decay. No more victims, no more schemes. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. He builds his castles out of air and smoke. Promises riches, leaves the people broke. Pyramid walls, they crumble fast. When truth steps in and shadows don't last. We see the scripts, we know the play. Same old hustle, just a different day. But we're the voice, the ones who fight. Lighten up the dark with the people's might. Victory with us, she screams all day. When the sayers of nay, making fraud decay. No more victims, no more schemes. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. Victory with us, she screams all day. When the sayers of nay, making fraud decay. No more victims, no more schemes. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams. We break the cycle, shatter his dreams.
We are the naysayers, the sayers of nay. On this Friday, we rise, we don't play. No room for your schemes, no tricks, no traps. We see through your glitter, your promises collapse. Oh, the towers you build, oh, the lies you distill. We won't drink from your gilded well. We say nay to the false gold you display. We are the sayers of nay, and your schemes will decay. Yes, your schemes will decay. You climb to the top on the backs of the weak, but we're the voice they didn't know they'd seek. Your pyramids crumble, your empire shakes. Our voices are thunder, your foundation breaks. Nay, nay, we say nay. Not tomorrow, not someday, but right now on this Friday. We are the lights, we'll lead the way. We say nay, to the false gold you display. We are the sayers of nay, and your schemes will decay. Yes, your schemes will decay. Your schemes will decay. Still you'll catch your time, ain't mine. Naysayers don't play, we speak what's true. OnPassive scheme ain't meant for you. Ash got plans to steal your soul. We won't lead you down that hole. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey, Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. We won't be silent, gonna raise our voice. Speaking facts, ain't no choice. Break the chains of a dirty scheme. Naysayers live in the dream. Promises of gold, but all you get is smoke. Ash's empire, just a joke. Naysayers stand up, keep it real. We cut through lies like sharpened steel. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey,
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello everyone and happy SaturYAY to my sayers of nay. I know the songs say it's Friday, but today we're doing SaturYAY. I'm gonna have to make some new songs. So, a lot has been going on in the OnPassive verse / Victory with Ash verse. I also can't stop calling it OnPassive, which is why I think I emphasize with the people in this that are having such a hard time switching over as well. It's like you can't call something for 8 years and then just change the name of it and expect everyone to just be like, okay, and then just never call it the old thing. But there has been a lot going on. They are very, very excited. They seem to think that things are really, really happening now this time. And so I was busy yesterday. I ended up having something come up last minute and I was unable to come and hang out with all of you. So I thought that we would get together today, this afternoon. And hopefully some people that maybe work Friday nights could make it to the stream. You know, it's all good. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I am glad you are here, Chris. And I hope that everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful, amazing Saturday. We have a lot of stuff planned here for this show today. So let's get right into it. And let's start off with everyone's favorite segment. Victory with Ash meme review. Woo! That's right. Every single week I think we're going to run out of memes, but we never do. And I don't think we're going to anytime soon. So, let's get into it. Here we have, welcome to Victory with Ash. I am, your product service is excellent. Being the #1 unique product development industry globally. And at the bottom there it says, thank you for sparing your valuable sir. For sparing your valuable sir. Yeah, no, that's what it says. Wishing you a productive day at work. And then we have this gadget here, which I can't help but be like, oh my god, they've made another toy. Do you guys remember the O robot and what that looked like? I couldn't help but but think of that a little bit, you know? Like, this is something that pure romance should be posting up, not victory with Ash. I also am kind of like, not really sure why they keep talking about products, because, you know, as we know, Ash has an 8-year director bar. He cannot sell any products. But here we are. As always, we just make things up. Here we have one that reminds me of old times. Anytime we are going to brand new company, thanks, dear Ash Mufara, sir. And then on the doors, it says Ash Mufara on one side, on one door, the one on the left, and on the one on the right, it says New Direction, which makes me giggle because I'm thinking in my head, is Ash Mufara a different option? Is he not coming with us to the New Direction? Like, what do you mean? My options are Ash Mufara or the new company? That's weird. Hashtag victory with Ash. And then it says success, and it has this little Grammy looking dude dancing around, and it says door is open very soon, new chapter is on the way. And I'm like, yeah, you've been saying that for a couple years now. You know, it's been a while now, believe it or not. This thing has been going since early 2024. So it's been a couple years of victory with Ash now. I know, craziness. They're also very, very excited because apparently OnPassive support has just been added to the Play Store, which I don't think is true. I believe that's been there for a while. But as you can see here, they are posting that up and circling it and saying go to the Play Store and download this OnPassive support app that is made by Fahim Studio, not by OnPassive technology, like all of the other OnPassive apps are made by, which you'll notice. So I can't say that this is even Ash Mufara's app. Honestly, I think somebody else just made an app called OnPassive Support. I don't know what they're doing with it, and I'm kind of scared to download it. To be honest, I'm scared I'll get a virus. I have been finding out that in order to get into the Google Play and the Apple Store, it does not actually take a lot. They don't look into the apps, which explains a lot, actually. It explains a lot. And I think I'm going to do an article about that because it's something that I've been seeing over and over again. And people keep saying that since it's made it into the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, that must legitimize it in some way, as if these companies actually look into them before they put them in their stores. And I mean, they do kind of, but we'll get into that. It's not as much as you would hope. And that explains why there's always so many scammy apps on there or weird games that people download and make videos out of where it's like, how did this game even get in here if they are looking into it, right? 2046, hashtag win with Ash, part 3. Speaking of parts, my BG Welsh sharing, my next part of my deep dives will be up on Monday. It will be our MLM Monday video. And so I hope that you all come and hang out with me for the premiere of that. I'm thinking of premiering it. Hi, victory with Ash. Yes, that's what we're talking about today. They are very excited about their KYC. That's the big hype this week, if you're wondering. So as you see here, they say AI KYC, which I don't really remember much about AI being spoken about, but okay. It says smarter verification, safer future, which I feel is debatable. And then it says AI face recognition. These are all the things it will include, right? AI face recognition, document verification, secure and compliant, which is just a straight up lie because Ash cannot run one of these and be compliant with his 8-year director bar. It says fast and seamless, which, again, I feel like that's debatable, and privacy protected. And I'm like, I don't trust the security or the privacy of this. As I keep saying over and over again, as you can see, the Starboys made this wonderful image, which Again, why do we need a KYC? Why? This is not how you figure out who people are in your company. There has to be another way you can do that besides this. Victory with Ashes in the play school. It really is, because they're playing pretend just 24/7, aren't they? The Victory with Ash page is posting, of course. Every founder go Victory with Ash KYC process start. Please go website login, VWA, site complete, KYC, thumbs up, heart. So yeah, go do the KYC is what they're saying. All right, the process has started to go do your KYCs, which is funny because didn't we already do a KYC? I feel like we already did that at the start of all this. And then now they're like, actually, we have our own KYC we just invented, so you got to go do that again. And I'm like, well, what was the point of all the first things? What was the point of the survey? What was the point of only inviting people that were once in OnPassive? Like, I don't understand all the steps that we've been taking to get here. Just seemed like they were pointless if we were doing this, But again, here we are. It's not my company. I can't help it. OnPassive Updates is also posting, and they say, on May 3rd, Dear founders, you could receive a detailed mail for directly KYC AI-based link. Which, that's kind of weird. The KYC should be attached to the Victory with Ash platform. It should just be in there. And then you should get like a pop-up or something, like some kind of message saying you have to fill in the KYC now. You shouldn't be waiting for a link in your email. That's sus. It says, carry your documents. You will also pass security gate for robotics preventing system. And I'm like, robotics preventing system? That sounds dangerous. Pass the security gate. Reminds me of the airport. Detailed pop-up can be seen anytime at VWA dashboard. Okay, so then there is going to be a pop-up. So why are we getting mail? It didn't even say email. It said mail, like you were going to mail me through the post. I was going to have to wait 5 to 7 business days to receive the information. And here in Canada, probably more like 3 weeks. Am I right? So, but okay, yeah, a pop-up will be seen. That makes more sense. Good to know. Thank you, OnPassive Updates. Is that going to be an OnPassive? No, Victory with Ash dashboard. Change your name. They posted up again. Oh my, not really sure what happened to this slide. But it says, on Fusion, we are in a boast mode. So this is our mission name. OnPassive is celebrating Historical Milestone Month. Historical Milestone Month in May 26. OnPassive is now back with above name. Wait for pop-up. So yeah, On Fusion is back. Interesting. Again, I haven't heard anything about that, but they're in boast mode, whatever that means. So On Fusion is here again. Things aren't looking good if they're bringing back On Fusion, and things aren't looking good because Julie is here posting up Bible quotes. Not a good sign in my opinion, but anyway. John 13:7. You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. Comparing Ashmufara to God. Something we see quite often over here. So, not that surprising, but I'm a little worried about Julie. Colin's Ma. Colin's Manor. But I don't know why on Facebook he goes by Colin's Ma. It always makes me laugh because, like, Spanish communities I've been around, they always call me Ma. They'll be like, hey, Ma. Especially since I've been a mom, but it's kind of like a thing that they call women. Like Ma, Mamacita, like that. Because every time that I read Colin's Ma, I can't help but think of this. I can't help but think of there being like, Colin's Ma. Like they're calling him Ma. Anyway, he says, when you believe in something so deeply, with every part of your being, it begins to manifest into reality. Hashtag victory with Ash. And all I can think is I better start believing that I'm a billionaire with every part of my being, and then all of a sudden it will just happen. I'll just come across $1 billion magically one day. It'll just pour down from the ceiling. Because that's allegedly how life works. Just law of attraction. Of course, there is some truth to some of this positive thinking and law of attraction stuff. But MLMs just take it to a whole new level, right? Like they take positivity, they turn it into toxic positivity. They take like just kind of living and trying to be what you want to become, and they turn that into full out just law of attraction bullshit, you know? They got no chill. And that's why it bothers me. Hi Mark, good to see you. I believe deeply in unicorns, but still haven't seen one. Don't worry, Mark. According to Colin's Maw here, you know, just believe with every part of your being. Maybe you're only believing with half of your being. And that's what the problem is. So maybe if you believe with every part of your being, then a unicorn will appear. Just be careful that it doesn't like knock things down with its horn and its hooves. If it like spawns in your living room like a fucking Pokemon or something. You know, that could get dangerous. And I don't think Ella would appreciate that, because I know I would be pissed off if my husband believed a unicorn into existence and then it started tearing up our house, you know? So that might put you on the couch for a month. So just believe with every part of your being outside. just some advice. Hello, Cool Cat. Good to see you. I hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. I can't talk today because I've been talking for like 3 days straight. And I'm actually sick, believe it or not, which kind of sucks, but here I am. Oh shit, I just got $1 billion. I didn't manifest it. Who manifested this money? I got your money by mistake. You bitch. I've been thieved. I'm calling the SEC. They'd be like, man, we don't deal with manifestations and money magically appearing? Like, what? Love to you too. Indeed, indeed. Faith is often peddled as a virtue when in fact it's believing in something on bad evidence. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Listen, you should believe in yourself. And if you're going for a goal, you should 100% believe that you're going to accomplish that goal. You should have a healthy belief in yourself, right? But there's no way that something like this, that is just can't happen, is going to manifest if you believe in it, right? And there's things that are silly to believe in. This company being one of them. You know? I was like so sick for the last couple days. So I was just editing and recording and working on the video that on BG Well and a few other projects I'm doing. And now I'm here with you guys today. And I saw the doctor the other day. So don't worry, I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm just, the weather changed here. And I always get sick with weather changes. It always happens. I'm always bound to get a little cold or a slight flu. I just know it's going to happen. I kind of planned for it. I've been hearing all about this manifestation of stuff, and it's cringeworthy because poor people are lapping it up. Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, you should have a healthy belief in anything you want to achieve. You can probably do it, but you do it with hard work and perseverance, not by wishful thinking and believing. You know? So Colin's Maw is full of shit. And here he is again. So they have the Victory with Ash logo there, and it says, when success reaches your doorstep, it's built on the hardships that got you there. And then it says, success doesn't erase hardship. It proves you overcame it. And then here they call him Collins Manna. Like the full name. I feel like we're like full naming him now. Like my mom would do to me when she was upset. I would become Elizabeth all of a sudden, you know? Because I go by Beth normally, right? So Elizabeth is like my full name. You know, I'm not used to being called that unless I'm in trouble or unless I'm being called out on the first day of school. You know, and then I have to tell them, I don't go by that. If you call me that, I'm not even going to respond. Or I'm going to be like, oh shit, what'd I do? And here we have another one with Oliver Fonta. And I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of nice. This week they're making images with people that we don't normally see all the time. That's kind of a change. So VWA, Victory with Ash, in case you didn't know what it stood for, we have Oliver here. And then it says, empowering the future with AI, AI solutions, digital innovation, smart growth, victorywithash.com. And again, I'm not really sure about all the AI talk. I think we're once again just taking the information from OnPassive and applying it to Victory with Ash. Right? Like, I keep trying to remember Ash's speeches. Maybe we'll have to go through them all again here this summer or something. At least the last one he did. But he didn't really mention AI. It was more about an educational platform and this KYC thing, you know, because they have to make sure everyone's a real person to get educated. That's really important in a free platform. It looks like a Disney poster, right? It just looks weird. And again, I would think that they had to do with AI. I would not be thinking educational platform. I would be thinking, oh, another AI company. Like, they should make it more about education, but they can't seem to let go of the technology aspect of this, right? Victory with Ash. Big, bold, beautiful dream. And we got our buddy there. I can never say his name right, so I'm not going to even try this time because I can't say his name right, but I'm sure you recognize him from past meme reviews, and if you're new here, you'll get to know him, don't worry. Then we have Ash Mufareh, the CEO in the center, and then we have Mr. John White. John White here on the right. John White on the right. Hello, good to see you. And they're all holding these trophies because they're all winners, of course. I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to symbolize. And I don't know, but they seem to be in a nice hotel with a lot of screens up everywhere. I think that means that they're global. So there's that. Mr. Gouda! Mr. Gouda! Oh, Violet! Where's Violet? She might be still asleep. I don't know. I don't blame her. Ash believed that he could scam $108 million, and he 100% did. I mean, I actually think he didn't believe it, and even he says himself. I think he got kind of surprised by how much money he actually did make from that. You know, he was kind of like hoping to just run a little scam that would rip off several thousand people, maybe. You know, if he was lucky, just a little MLM. And it kind of took off on him, and he was like, oh shit. And that's kind of how we got here. I don't think he ever had planned to do anything with any of this. He was just going to do a quick rug pull, and then it kind of grew. But Mr. Gouda here has Ash here in this image with all the hands reaching up. It looks so culty and creepy. But it says, always trust and believe in Ash, sir. See, culty and creepy. Ash, sir, is thinking for the people of the entire country. Which country? And working for the people. Ash, a man of the people. Of course, our future is bright. All founders' success. For humanity. That's right, for humanity. Greetings, Devin. It only works when you're running an illegal scam. That's right. Oh, for humanity. I love this. This might be one of my favorite ones of Mr. Gouda. Just because the words are actually funny in this one. Good job, Mr. Gouda. And this is a nice image of you compared to some of the other ones we've seen. At least you're smiling here, I do have to say. You usually look kind of serious or mad in your images. They often do. I don't know why they keep doing that. But here you got a nice smile on your face. I appreciate it. I like it. If you live in South London and use Uber Eats, you might as well meet Collins Manna. You might meet Collins Manna riding an e-bike. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Order some Uber Eats and find out. Oh, Mr. Gouda! Look at he put himself on the top of the mountain with the Victory with Ash flag. That's a much better picture than the other ones we've seen as well. You're really bringing it this week, Mr. Gouda. And again, smiling away. Although I feel like you would be cold up there in a t-shirt. You know, maybe I think you need a winter coat. You know, maybe you're not from where there's snow. I'm in Canada, so I'm very familiar with snow. And you're going to want a jacket for being up there. Way, way chilly. This flag would be blowing in the wind way more, but, you know, AI needed to make sure you could read it, of course. I also like how, like, sometimes they're not sure if the color is purple or if it's gold. Like, which color do we use? But can he chop it down with the edge of his hand? Haha. Good question. OnPassive updates again. Decided to repost this to kind of remind us that they told us this was happening, I guess. They said today, 7th of April, 2026, which is no longer today, but here we are. There you are, Joe. Now let's try this again. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, Joe. I'm glad you could make it for your segment this week. So I guess they're just reminding us, they're like, we told you this on April 7th. And I'm like, okay, cool. Says OnPassive is focusing on AY KYC trials to eliminate bugs and bots, with May 2026 promoted as a historical milestone month. The company continues to push its AI-powered products, does it? And maintains its India headquarters in Hyderabad. That's a pure lie, by the way. They don't. We've already covered that being shut down in full and the employees going on strike and all kinds of craziness with that. So go check out my past content if you missed that. Well, reports suggest a transition toward a new structure called OnFusion following previous regulatory issues. So now I'm waiting for more to come out about OnFusion, unless they were just sharing this with us to be like, I told you about the AI KYC trials. But it's just interesting OnFusion keeps coming back up, you know, because I thought they weren't doing that anymore. Maybe I don't know. I feel like it's going to be Victory with Ash. OnFusion is that going to be the name of the next company? Because that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Another amazing movie poster. Learn, grow, succeed. Success with Ash. Training and learning platform. Big, bold, beautiful, shared dream. At least they're saying bold this week instead of bold. And it says, your patience is about to pay off. A new era of success is loading. And it's kind of like blurry and too hard to read the bottom there. I'm very sorry. I'm assuming that they just list a bunch of stuff it's supposed to come with. And then, of course, we have Ash in the middle. And then I'm like, well, who the hell are these people? I mean, I guess the guy on the right is SM Saeed. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. But who's this lady on the left? And why is she carrying a bag with the Burj Khalifa? It's a little weird. But another movie poster brought to you by Victory with Ash. Victory with Ash again. And here we have them in another office building. We just don't know what the office looks like because it doesn't exist. So we're going to make several different AI images of office buildings and different people in the office with Ash. No clue who this is, but he's helping him hold up this flag. That's not how you hold a flag, but sure. And it says, Victory with Ash, global leadership and strategic success. Strategic success just sounds so funny to me for some reason. And again, they're working very hard in the background. Everyone's working except Ash. Again, as you can see. They're working around the clock. I'm sure he'll start saying that again eventually. And then I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what this is. This is... I might get canceled for this, but I'm a bisexual queen myself, and this just, to me, it looks like they made gay Ash. Like, I was kind of like, what is this pose? Like, and then what are his pants doing? They've given him a man badge. He's got like a camel toe. It looks like they put like little specks on him. Like, what is this? Okay, he's giving me bear vibes. I don't know. But voice of OBH made this, so I feel like they should come and explain this to us. Okay, come and tell us what this was about. And again, I don't understand what all these images of Ash is supposed to do, especially when they're not even like, hey, this is the CEO. Like, it's just an image of him with a blurry background that's AI. Like, what is this show? Are they trying to be like, look, he didn't leave us. Here he is, standing here. Like, we know this is AI. What do you mean? This isn't proof of life? Okay? What is going on here? So yes, come and explain this, voice of OBH. All right, I feel like someone needs to come and, you know, be responsible for this and explain it, because it's weird. Here they all are. All of them together. All of them just here in this office. From left to right, we have Julie looking weird. I don't know how else to say it. I'm like, okay, they tried. Chris looks like he's balding. He's put on some more weight. Susie got a facelift. I don't know how else to say it. Like, they look weird. Then we got that guy from the Office image. I don't know who he is. I've, like, never seen him. Like, what the hell, you know? Ash's Tragic's long-lost brother? Maybe. Then, of course, we have Ash. And then we have, like, Mike Ellis, by the way. And I love how Mike Ellis is, like, sitting off by himself. Like, I love how they put Susie all the way in the background here. Like, she was like, I'm not sitting next to Mike Ellis. I'll be over here next to Chris. Like, I'll just squeeze in over here instead. It just looks so funny. I'm like, well, I guess now Mike knows. Mike knows what they think about him. But I like how AI also made sure to do the reflection. It just looks so funny. They look so weird. I mean, Ash is okay. It looks like him, and Mike Ellis looks like him. But these other people, I'm like, who are they? Wowza! Nuno's hitting us with the crazy sauce this week. You know what? My eyes are going insane. Just overstimulated immediately. AI Future Edge. Victory with Ash. Technology. Knowledge. Learning. Global platform. Nuno Santos. Proud member of Victory with Ash. And then the one screen says, touch to learn. Which makes me laugh. I'm like, oh, what am I learning about? What am I touching? I don't know if I like this. But yeah, this is the future with Ash Mufara. This is what humanity is going to look like one day. This is what they want for us. Everything will be purple and blue. You know, and in VR, we'll all just be living in virtual reality and learning from Ash Mufara, so we'll all be dumb as fuck. We won't even realize we're living in virtual reality. That's what they want for us. Beautiful. Also, what in the bracelets going on there? I don't know what those are supposed to be, but I want those. Where'd you buy them? Now we have Ash. I think he's holding a trophy again. And it says, "Victory with Ash. What is coming is far greater than we can imagine, and it is even than we think." Huh? "You will be overjoyed. The world will seek you out." Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but it's not actually that fun to have people in the world seeking you out. I'm just saying. Everyone wants to be famous till they're famous. No, I didn't. I did not. I do not believe. But I don't get that sentence. It will be far greater than we can imagine, and it is even than we think. Far greater than we think? And imagine, I'm assuming, is what they mean. Anyway, you will be overjoyed, and the world will seek you out. I'll have to check it out. So, victory with Ash. Better days are coming. Stay positive. Why is he a giant? Everyone's so small compared to him. I'm scared. I hope that's not coming. That's like King Kong. That's all I can picture. But then Victory with Ash family says, "Victory with Ash all done. Thank you, Mr. Ash, sir." So I'm confuzzled again. Is it coming? And we need to stay positive? Or is it all done? It's done. It's a done deal. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Mr. Ash, sir. Once again, I guess we won't know. We won't know. Imagine if it was done right now. Like their education is doing the KYC. Imagine. Anyway, that is it for this week's wonderful episode of Victory with Ash Meme Review! Woo! So I hope you enjoyed that. The memes are never ending. They meme themselves often. And we had a lot of videos that were made this week that are very awesome. Gotta love them. Lots of creepy ones. They keep making videos of Ash Mufareh talking, and I hate it. So, let's get into them.
Welcome, everyone. We have achieved victory. Let's make this the best ever.
Oh, maybe we have achieved victory. I guess, did we miss it? So I'll play it again for you, because it's quite short. But isn't this freaky?
Welcome, everyone. We have achieved victory. Let's make this the best ever.
So scary. So Collins is delivering Uber Eats on an e-bike? Isn't he an IT genius? Well, that's what he says, but don't worry.
Welcome, everyone. We have achieved victory. Let's make this the best ever.
We achieved victory, so there we go. That's a cross between Ash and Ronaldo. They were jealous of the BG Wealth coverage. Sometimes I feel like they do get mad when I'm not covering them. I do. I'm like, are they feeling it or something? What's going on? So there was that creepy one. And then, of course, there was this one.
Please be advised, there is absolutely no connection between our former business and the new Victory with Ash. Anyone who continues to use our old name and logo will be held solely responsible. Therefore, please exercise caution.
Oh my goodness! He utters a threat and then he laughs at us. What was that about? So, of course, they took that famous image of Ash that we all know and love. It was, at one point, one of the only images we could find of him on the internet. Him in this blue plaid shirt. And they make it come to life. And they make it sound like he's in an auditorium for some reason. I don't know why there's such an echo.
Please be advised, there is absolutely no connection between our former business and the new Victory with Ash.
Yes, but again, I feel like that needs to be said more, you know? You will be terminated! That's right. Will anyone actually listen this time? Ash has said it many times. I know. And everyone has said it. And it's like, they don't get the message.
Anyone who continues to use our old name and logo will be held solely responsible.
What is this face? What is this? This is a creepy face. I gotta get a screen grab of this for a second. Alright, because he's scary there. I'm like, he's threatening us.
Therefore, please exercise caution.
Then he smiles. Therefore, please exercise caution. Big smile. I don't know, it creeps me out. Creeps me out. They're like so desperate to hear from Ash and to see Ash speaking that they're now like making their own videos of him speaking. I swear to God, that is what is happening. Will Ash's legal team send them a Dear There letter? Maybe. Maybe they better watch out. I mean, you never know at this point. All right, I got one more of the creepy Ash for you, because they creepy.
Because this might be the most important advice you hear today. Your life is defined by your mindset. Winners and losers aren't born. They're made by the choices they make every single day. First, stop making excuses. Life is tough, and obstacles are inevitable.
Okay, thank you for this. So this person got a little lazy. And they just put this, like, AI image of Ash sitting at a desk. And then, like, I feel like this, I don't know, maybe they wrote it, but AI definitely wrote it, most likely. And then they, like, overlaid it with this AI voice, which you hear quite often in these silly little AI videos.
But excuses are just
Do not drink every time that I say AI, you will die.
barriers you build to protect yourself from failure. Instead,
They are using 11 Labs for text-to-voice generated audio. There you go.
see challenges as opportunities to grow. Embrace the discomfort, because that's where true growth happens. Second, set clear goals. Know exactly what you want and why you want it. Write it down, visualize it,
Write that down!
and remind yourself of it every day. Goals give you direction and purpose. Without them, you're just wandering aimlessly.
You're just wandering aimlessly. Without goals?
Third, take action. Dreams without action are just wishes. Break down your goals into manageable steps and start.
It's funny that they say this, because we're like, haven't you guys all just been sitting here holding on to this dream for like 8 years? We're the ones that are like, can we like do something, please?
Tackling them one by one. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress.
Right. Very good. Thank you for the general information, you know? I've heard this voice on many AI videos on YouTube, right? I'm almost getting sick of it. I'm like, can we get some new voices? Ash is too lazy to have his own voice deep faked. It is not that hard. It is like the basic thing you do if you know AI for real. I'm horrified to have my voice deep faked. I already get accused of being AI all the time. Like, I really do. People will be like, you're an AI voice in video, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, this is actually my voice. This is what I actually sound like. This is not AI. This is just me talking. I just talk a lot. And so, like, if I'm scared that if I was to do that, then they would, like, steal my voice and use it, and then all of a sudden, I wouldn't be able to be like, I'm not AI, because then my voice is being used as AI. You know what I mean? There was a thing on here recently where a lot of the larger creators found out that AI was actually training using their videos on YouTube. and we're stealing their voice. And there was a big lawsuit, I believe. So it's like, I don't know, guys. I'm scared of that already. Although I laugh all the time where I'm like, I have an awful voice. They don't want my voice. Canadian deepfake, eh? Hey? You need to deepfake your own voice and copyright it so nobody else steals it. You will lose the rights to your own voice. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like I should need to, though. Because I feel like it's my voice and it's a part of my body. And we shouldn't need to start literally copywriting our voice. Like we've entered a weird fucking era where if I want to speak publicly, I need to copyright my voice in order for it to not get stolen from me. You know, like I want to go back if that's where we've gone.
Fourth, surround yourself with positivity. The people you associate with can either lift you up or drag you down. Choose friends and mentors who inspire you, challenge you, and support your journey.
Yeah, not people that you haven't seen since October. You know, just saying.
Fifth, never stop learning. The world is constantly evolving.
I'm like, excuse me, were you supposed to be our educational platform? You can't really come on here and be like, guys, you need to never stop learning and then not provide us with anything to learn. I mean, fuck you. What the hell is this?
And so should you. Read books, take courses, and always be curious.
But then why would I need you? You see? Oops. If I'm taking other courses elsewhere, which I've already gone to college twice, okay? I'm good. I graduated college top of my class. I don't need to go back. But my whole thing is like, I am always constantly learning. And there are certain things that I have to keep up with. Even though I'm not practicing in my career, I still like to keep my first aid, nonviolent crisis prevention, all kinds of other stuff. Just because I never know when I'm going to need it. All right, listen, I do have a daughter on the spectrum, and I just like to have all my skills. So I'm kind of over here like I'm already doing that, me as a person, right? And I'm always learning and growing and etc. And you should be doing that too. So then why would I need to then go and learn from Ash Mufara? Why am I sitting here waiting for like going on 3 years for this fucking platform to start educating me? If I could just go read books, and I guarantee you there's way better books out there that have way better information about how to run a business than anything Ash Mufara could ever teach you. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just saying. It's like they tell you to go learn stuff, and I'm like, you know, then I don't need you then. You just made it so I don't need you no more. Hello, Real Royalty TV. Good to see you.
Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the more capable you become. Finally, believe in yourself. Confidence is not about always being right. It's about not being afraid to be wrong.
Yeah, like admitting that maybe waiting around 8 years for a company to start with a guy that has an 8-year director's bar and just had his last company shut down by the SEC is not a great idea or a great use of your time. You know, just think about that. Admit that maybe you were wrong about this thing. And leave. You know, a great thing about the BG Wealth stuff that's been going on this week is that a couple of the larger people that were promoting it out here have left, realizing it's a scam. And they've come out here and literally done videos, a couple of them saying, hey guys, this thing was a scam. I'm sorry that I fucking promoted it to all of you. Which, I mean, you can take it for what it is. I mean, only time will tell, right? If they actually are sorry and turning over a new leaf. But I like to believe that people can do that as someone that was in 2 MLM companies myself, you know, and then just over almost 2 years later, started up a YouTube channel speaking out about them. So I like to, you know, hope that people, when they realize it's a scam and they say they're leaving, I kind of hope that they actually mean it, you know, and they follow through. You know me, I like to think positively sometimes. So I'm hoping that there are people that are also in this that are like, I'm not waiting around anymore, and Ash hasn't been here for months, like, fuck this, and they go. ChatGPT says red flags. That's right.
Trust your instincts and have faith in your abilities. Remember, every successful person started somewhere, often from nothing. They faced doubts, failures, and setbacks.
See, they say things like that to you because you're supposed to go, oh, I'm just having doubt. Me thinking that waiting 8 years for something to start here is a long time is just my doubts. It's me being silly. It's not that they are messing me over or they're taking way too long and this thing's been a scam and his last company was shut down. No. It's me. I'm the problem.
But they kept going. Your mindset is your most powerful tool. Use it to create the life you want. No more excuses, no more procrastination. It's time to step up, take control, and live the life you've always dreamed of.
Oh my lord. I feel like we just watched a bunch of AI bullshit because that's literally exactly what we did. But again, what am I supposed to think when I watch that video? It's just motivational hoopla. Am I supposed to be like, oh, I can't wait to go learn from Ash Mufara now? You know? I'm going to join Victory with Ash today. Like, it's not what I'm thinking. They climbed out of the bottom of an outhouse. That's right. I know, right? Like, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, that is not all. That's not it. They were also promoting some of these videos from basically the last update, which made me laugh because it was like, what, 10 minutes long?
Need those steps lined up so that you can have fulfillment. This is what he's doing. This is what his team is doing. So they will continue to deliver with structure so that we have fulfillment. I'm excited. This is all great news, very powerful news. And Chris, I'm going to send it over to you so you can wrap things up.
Like, why? Why are we doing like little clips? I'm like, thank you, Susie. And they're sharing it around. Like, they're like, guys, you really have to hear what they're saying about this. Yeah, and what team? They keep talking about this team. I'm like, aren't you the team? Aren't you supposed to be the team? She's okay. So,
hey, hello, everybody.
My little one was here tapping me, and my husband was like, Anna, Mommy's streaming. I'm like, she's fine. She's good. We're fine. She'll wait. But Ash, share update, important company update, comeback company, and KYC just kind of made me laugh, too, being on the screen. And then they put Ash in the center here. And again, they're sharing this around, and I'm like, okay, what wisdom do I need? You can hang out with me if you want, but what wisdom do I need to hear from them that I would have missed? I would have missed in their 10 minutes that we watched together. Happy SaturYAY, Jelly Snack. Good to see you.
Okay, hello, everybody. How are you? Great to be here. And as you can see, the four of us are back together. The lovely Susie McRae, Julie Wen, and Chris, hey, Johnson. We're all here. We've got some exciting little update for you regarding KYC. And it's something that's coming direct from our CEO, Ash Mufara, who wants us to bring you this little bit of an update. So it really is an exciting...
Now, listen. There has been a lot of stuff going on in Dubai recently, where they have been shutting down human trafficking compounds and scam call centers, okay? And very much like BG Wells sharing and a couple of the other crypto schemes that we've been speaking out about, and like I keep trying to warn people, And my buddy Danny DeHeck keeps trying to warn people, you never know what you're actually supporting, like what your money's going into. And so you always have to be careful of supporting these things. Okay? And I can't help but with these little updates going in the back office and then them being told to give them, I can't help but wonder, like, has Ash been replaced? Like, Professor Beard has allegedly been hacked? Like, what is going on? I just think it's weird. I want it to be something that you just kind of think about. Because we don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes here. And it's something that we've talked about extensively. And it's something that I've warned you guys about since we've been covering this. Where I've been like, we don't know what they're actually doing because this thing makes no sense. And oftentimes when the company I'm covering makes no sense and they don't really have real offices and the CEO it seems weird and he has quite a history and he rewrites his history and etc. Oftentimes it's because it's a front company, because it's supposed to be fronting for an organized crime that's going on in the background, like with PG Wealth sharing, which you're going to find out all about on Monday if you haven't yet. So this is why I'm like, these little updates that they give us and how they come out and tell them to us now, it's creeping me out. We need proof of life from Ash Mufara, and I don't mean an AI. All right, I'm just saying. But I guess this was to celebrate the gang's all back together. So isn't that nice? I know, right? That's my feelings exactly. We haven't seen Ash in like a year. I mean, yeah, it's been since October 21st, 2025. Almost 7 months. I mean, I feel like we are going to get to a year. But, you know, we're just sharing these out now. Just for fun. They promote as much as they can promote. And of course, we have this amazing video from John White.
Putting users first, before profit could rewire the internet economy, the mindset of such a designer. This designer thinks very differently from most business owners.
Like, what is this? What is happening? Yes, we need a video of Ash holding today's newspaper, please. We do. We do. Chris ate him at least 5 months ago.
While others ask, how much money can I take from each person? He asks, how much value can I give before I take anything for myself? He believes that if he genuinely helps people succeed online, they will want to support him in return. He is patient, not greedy. He doesn't need to get rich overnight. He trusts that doing the right thing over and over will build a business that no one can destroy. The heart set of such a designer.
What is this?
His heart is driven.
What a slide to pick for that.
By empathy. He remembers what it felt like to be a beginner, confused, broke, and afraid of being scammed. He refuses to use tricks, hidden fees, or pressure tactics. He feels real pain when he sees other companies trapping users. For him, success is not about owning a mansion. It is.
I'm sure he feels real pain when he sees other companies trapping people. He's like, I want to get them in my scam.
It's about hearing a user say, "You changed my life, and I never had to sell my soul to afford your help." How he would survive in a tough, competitive niche. Imagine he enters the world of how to make money online.
Oh my lord. Is that what we're entering the world of, though, if we come here? Mr. Bill and John?
A space full of flashy courses, fake gurus, and expensive promises.
You don't say.
Here is how he would win without ever betraying his values.
Well, not here. Not here in Victory with Ash.
He would give away real value for free.
Oh my lord.
Not just samples, but complete lessons that actually work. He would only ask for pay.
How can you say that you're getting complete lessons that actually work when you haven't even seen one lesson yet and gotten one? That's the thing that gets me. I have a very hard time pretending that things happen that just haven't happened. So, like, I could never promote a product that I have not used because I would be awful at pretending. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how you can make these videos that are like, oh, it's complete lessons and they actually work when you've literally not even seen one. And then you put these videos out and you're like, yeah, I feel good about this. I don't understand that. I really don't. Boggles my mind every time. Because I'm like, what are you going to do? Because I'm always thinking, like, if I do that, someone is going to come and ask me which lesson I took and what I learned from it and, like, how it's helped me. Which are the 3 questions I would ask someone if they were trying to sell me a course. You know what I mean? And what would I say to them? Like, am I supposed to now make up a fucking lie? And that's why I can't do this. I am not good at that. Like, I don't understand, though, because it's like, what would you tell people if they decided to ask more questions about that? Because you can't just make up a course now. And, like, you're going to look like a complete idiot if you're like, oh, well, he hasn't uploaded any back there yet. But I'm sure when we do them, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, do they not think that through before they do this? I don't get it. With your imagination, right? We're at Imagination Station. That's all you need over here, apparently.
When a user wants extra convenience or deeper support, never for basic survival tools. He would be radically honest.
When? Waiting for that moment. He hasn't even been honest about the SEC. Like, he couldn't even be honest about what actually happened with that. The way that he even explained that to them was a lie. And that was like the one time where I was like, is he gonna just finally tell them? It was his one chance to be honest. But once again, he just lied to all of them. Put the blame on everyone else. Claimed that he was the victim with them, basically. Positioned himself amongst them as one of the victims of, like, Muhammad Nizal and Muhammad Kamal. The Muhammads took him, you know? That's what it was. And then he pretended like the SEC wasn't that big of a deal. And, like, the 8 years director's bar, it's just for a public company. But this is a private company, so it's fine. And I'm like, no, that's not what that means. That means any company, like, anyway. We've already been through it, but he can't be honest about anything. So to say he's radically honest is a large exaggeration.
He would show users exactly what works and what doesn't, including
So far, we've only seen what doesn't.
his own failures. That honesty would become his strongest weapon, because in a world of hype, truth is breathtaking.
Yeah.
He would grow
I mean, took my breath away how he lied to everyone.
slowly, without investors. Most
Right.
online businesses take fast money from rich strangers, which forces them to put profits before people. He would avoid that trap entirely.
But then it's not a business, is it? I mean, let's be real. If you have to make money in your business. Like this whole, like, I'm not going to make any money and I'll just give away stuff for free. It's not actually going to work. Like I said, you can't just do that. Because what is he using? You got to ask yourself, what is he using then to pay to keep it going. And then when you bring the KYC into this and the fact that you now have to hand in ID and your personal information, that gets scary. You see what I mean?
He would grow only from the money customers freely give him.
Yeah, notice the language of that. It's like, what do you mean that customers freely give him? Are you hoping for donations now? We're just going to grift? We're going to become like hussy? Like, what's going on here?
This means he can make kind decisions even if they cost him short-term cash. He would never trick users into spending more. No fake timers, no hidden subscriptions, no confusing buttons.
What does that have to do? What?
Every click would be clear and honest. Users would feel safe, not hunted.
Hunted?
How he would shock and stun the online world.
Oh, my.
He would make a public promise so bold that no big company would dare copy it.
Well, that's a lie. You can even take free courses from Harvard. I'm just saying. And that's a whole educational institution, one of the best in the world. And trust me, they really like their money. Universities and colleges, they like their money, all right? Have you been? So I would rather you go take some business courses there. I mean, at least then you would actually learn something.
For example, he would leave.
No starter pack, there's just nothing, Joe. I'm like, is it free because there's nothing there? We just do nothing, and then there you go.
Legally bind his company so that user well-being always comes first, forever. He would
Real doth protest a lot, you know? Like, the amount of time that they bring that up is concerning, especially when you think of them just inventing their own KYC.
let anyone check his earnings and decisions openly. No secrets.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Well, he was moving his cryptocurrency around during the litigation quite a lot, so what was that about then? I'm just wondering. Hi, Violet, I'm so glad you made it. It's okay that you're late. I'm sure you were sleeping. Or busy, you know. You could have been busy. But, like, imagine them being like, excuse me, Mr. Mafaro, we need to do a tax audit. I don't think he would like that.
He would design a compensation where the sale of products would flow more downwardly than those compensation plans, where the profits from sales flow heavily to the top, where the owners reside.
Okay, but now there's products compensation. So you would have to sell the products for money in order to pay the compensation. So now it's not free anymore. Do you understand? Well, how are there profits from sales if everything's free? Like, what do you mean? The courses are free, but then you get commissions from the profits of the sales of what? The merch? I mean, what? How do we not understand that makes no sense? Was snoozing. Yeah, it's okay. I would snooze too. Life happens. Like, it's like they contradict themselves in the next slide, you know?
The sales would compensate the users
What?
directly with the people who use his tools, not with shareholders, because there are none.
See, at first, when I first read this, I was like, oh, are they going to say not with shareholders? Because the shareholders are like the early people that joined. So maybe they get to join for free and then in future the public will have to pay. I was like, that would make some sense that they're like considered the shareholders. But then they're like, because there are none. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, never mind then. It doesn't make sense again.
The shock would be this. He would refuse to chase endless growth or go public on the stock market.
Okay.
And yet, users would flock to him because they finally found someone they can trust completely. Competitors would scratch their heads as he wins without playing their greedy games.
Such a weird statement.
Could someone actually have that heart and mindset?
Oh.
Yes, but such people are very rare.
Oh,
Our world often celebrates the richest, not the kindest. However, history has a few examples. The founder of Patagonia gave his company away to fight climate change.
Are you serious? That's who we're comparing to Ash Mufara right now?
Some open source pioneers shared everything for free.
They still do. What do you think open source means? This was a technology company.
The difference here is that your designer is fighting in the most cynical space
All right, Violet,
of
see you
all
soon.
making money online. That is harder than being honest in a nice industry.
Oh.
But it is possible. One honest shop in a market full of thieves can become legendary. Would this be revolutionary? Would it change the game? Absolutely.
Probably not. I don't think that businesses are going to start saying, you know what? We're selling stuff to make money. We should just give stuff away for free and then sell people's data and identities to make money instead. I don't think that's going to happen.
Absolutely revolutionary. Today, almost every popular online tool follows the same path.
Oh,
1.
Lord.
Attract users with something nice.
With something nice.
2. Slowly squeeze them for more money.
Oh, Lord.
Sell the company to Wall Street.
No.
4. Users get left with a broken, expensive product.
If they sell the company to Wall Street, it tends to do okay afterwards. Just saying, usually it's a rug pull situation, as you'll see on my channel over and over and over again. All right, or the MLM fails, because eventually it's going to fail. All right, it is still a pyramid scheme. All of them are based mainly on recruiting. If the recruitment stops, the MLM stops. All right, you're seeing it with even a lot of the big ones right now that we thought were always going to be here. You know, ones like Sensi and stuff. So I'm saying, you know, it's usually then the thing fails and it disappears. Hey.
Your designer would break that cycle completely.
Oh, really?
His product would get better over time, not worse. He would want you to learn and leave if that helps you, because your success is his real reward.
Learn and leave? That was weird.
For users, this is a total game changer.
Okay.
No more waking up to surprise price hikes.
Is that a thing? I mean, we have inflation like every year. But after that, I'm like, yeah, things are expensive again.
No more feeling trapped in a service you hate. No more fear.
Like, isn't it illegal to do like hidden fees and that kind of stuff in like most places, I feel like?
That the tool you depend on will be ruined by a new owner. Finally, a company that...
That's a weird thing to bring up. Just saying.
Treats you like a human, not a wallet. The one big challenge: if he doesn't offer stock market riches, how will he hire good people?
Yeah, no, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, that was my question.
His answer: he will offer them pride, purpose, profit sharing, and a real say in decisions.
Oh, fuck off. No, he won't. Can't even ask a proper question.
Many talented people are tired of building greedy machines.
Greedy machine. Greedy machine.
They would rather build something beautiful that lasts.
Yeah, no, everyone is like, I'm going to build something ugly that collapses immediately.
Does such a designer exist?
Are you designer here? I am assuming means Ash Mufara. But like when you first said designer, I was thinking product designer. Because like I'm in my business brain mode right now. So it took me a second.
Perhaps not widely, but he could.
Perhaps not widely, but he could. When are you going to say that's Ash Mufara, sir?
He would not be a normal business owner. He would be
not like other business owners.
A quiet rebel. And if he succeeds, he would prove that the entire internet economy has been doing it wrong.
What? I don't understand the point is. Like, what is the... Okay, so you want to succeed at changing the entire economy to do things for free. Is what you're telling me. Like, without profiting. But somehow paying out commissions without any profits. And selling products for free. It makes no sense. Well, like, what do you mean?
He would show that the most profitable long-term strategy is simply to care.
To care, yeah, because you can pay your bills with care. You know, later on this week, I'm going to call up my my electric, and I'm going to be like, you know what? I don't have the money, but what I do have is a really big heart. And I really care about having electricity. So I think that you should just let me have it for that this month. And then they're going to say, listen, if you don't pay the bill and you run up a bill with us, we are going to cut you off. It's not going to go over well. Hello, Mr. Level. Good to see you. I'm just saying, don't try to pay things with care. I don't think it'll work.
That kind of designer has a beautiful heart. He isn't just asking about business strategy. He has goodness in a system that often rewards.
What is he looking at up there? This is a very weird scene.
Instead of the opposite. And the answer is yes, but only if someone has the courage to refuse the usual rules.
Really? That's it? Well, that was interesting. This kind of designer has a beautiful heart, and here he is. Mr. Ash Mufara, sir. Lord. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for that, John White. And I guess Bill Musk was also a part of that. I mean, the logo was there. Truth cut deep and dark as night. That's right. That's right! I have a song from Johnny that I would like to play for you guys now. It's beautiful. It's called Live Every Day. Woo! It's a very jazzy bop, isn't it? It takes me right back to the 80s when I was a toddler.
Tune in early, hear the call, a steady voice that reaches all. Through the noise, it cuts so clean, building focus, sharp and keen.
And then I was like, what is the tone and sound of this person? Sounds like they should be singing a country song, doesn't it? Like, why are we not singing country? These people are too young and too smart to believe Ash Mufara's lies. What are they doing there? Don't do that to them. This is mean.
Not a pause, but shaping right, brick by brick in neon light. Every lesson feeds the flame. We are not the same. We change the game. Live every day. Feel the drive. With red fern, we come alive. Knowledge.
Name drop. Shout out Red Redfern. I'm like, okay. Because Red always reposts his videos. So he's like, yeah, let's go, Red.
Courage light the way. We rise together day by day. Live every day, hearts on fire. Red fern lifts us higher. From vision clear to dreams that grow. We're made for more. We're set to go. Daily rhythm, steady gain. Turning doubt to focused aim. Business minds begin to see how to move with clarity. With Ash's path we hold the line. Discipline and truth align. From small steps to a wider view, we build it strong and follow through.
You haven't really followed through yet, but you know, whatever.
Live every day, feel the drive. With the red fern we come alive. Knowledge and courage light the way. We rise together day by day.
I also like it how they're like Red Redfern. With Red Redfern we come alive. And I'm like, we're gonna play a video of Red Redfern's later, and you're gonna see he is dry as hell. All right, if anyone could put you to sleep, it's Red Redfern.
Live every day, hearts on fire. Red fern lifts us higher. From vision clear to dreams that grow. We're made for more. We're set to go.
Set to go.
Across the waves, the signal flies. Hope and focus amplify. Lesson by lesson, line by line, we reshape the way we climb.
Right now, I feel like you're going down. So maybe you should reshape it and start climbing up. Just say.
No shortcuts, just the long-term way.
I mean, waiting around for 8 years is long term. Like Violet says. So you do the KYC and then what? Like, wait another 8 years?
Consistency lights the way. Live every day, loud and clear. With red fern we persevere. Through every step we stayed aligned. We changed the heart, we changed the mind.
Yeah, why did they put Red reading chat GPT line by line? Really makes us feel alive.
Live every day, side by side.
Not really side by side either, because you don't, like some of you have met, but you don't really know each other. It's side by side on webinars, Zoom calls, and whatnot, you know? Restream.
To that purpose as our guide. From every voice to every goal, we rise together, heart and soul.
Woo! What a song, I tell ya. What a song. Johnny's really giving it. Because, you know, Bill Musk Productions hasn't been, so we don't have any dancing diaper babies, but we do have Johnny Lindbutt, you know, so there's that. We will give you our O-coins, and you can be an O-coin billionaire queen. Everyone give me their 10 O-coins. Otherwise, you'll all be terminated. You can't fit side by side in Red's boat. I don't think so, especially with Chris Johnson on there, you know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think right now we're going to see who has been puckering up this week. Kiss his ash. That's right. Who's kissing Ash this week? Who is it? This week we are picking on Shanuaz. So you can see he has this amazing border on his Facebook. Is that what it's called? Background, Facebook background. It says victory with Ash sitting here. I could give you 60 O coins for your birthday. Oh, wow. What will I spend that on? So Shaw here, it's been very interesting. Posted up a very interesting post this week that made me go, this is not true, but it's also very ass-kissy. And I know that you want Ash Mufar to see this and go, aw, it was this one. All right, this baby here. VWA, Victory with Ash. Rise, reset, refocus. Let's get right into it. An exclusive. Now, this took work. Even if it was made with AI, it would have taken work to make sure that it all says what it needs to say, as we know. So, an exclusive global community empowering individuals to grow, build skills, and create real opportunities. And then we have about 1 million monthly visitors, which I'm like, no. Our content reaches and impacts over 1 million individuals every month. 31K plus daily users. Highly engaged daily community of 31,000 plus users and growing. And I'm like, highly engaged where? On Facebook and YouTube? Because you can't hang out in the back office in Victory with Ash. Top 120K websites globally. Ranked among the top 120,000 websites worldwide, which is just straight up a lot. And 5+ minutes of average engagement time. Doing what? Logging into the back office and checking for a pop-up? Does that even take 5 minutes? And it says users spend 5+ minutes on average engaging with valuable content. And I'm kind of like, 5 minutes isn't a long time. Like, you would think that they would want to flex on a higher number, but I digress. It keeps going. 70% plus mobile users. Optimized for mobile. Built for the new generation. And I'm like, well, built mainly for people that don't have access to computers as much as they do mobile. Am I right? Mr. Gouda is smiling in them. And it says global reach. Proudly reaching users across the world. And it lists US, India, Bangladesh, UK, and Europe. Right? 2023 founded. Founded in 2023 with a mission to empower, educate, and elevate lives globally. And I'm like, I guess it was kind of founded in 2023. It didn't really start until 2024, but sure, I guess I'll give that to you. In that case, though, you've been doing this for like 3 years. So like, let's upload a video in the educational platform, shall we? And then it says audience by country, and you can see the stats there with the traffic overview. And it claims consistent growth month over month, which is laughable. And then it says a 500,000 plus community network. And I'm like, I thought you said you had over 1 million. What are you talking about? A thriving global community of learners, builders, and achievers. And I'm like, at what? Waiting? Waiting around? They spend 5 minutes trying to find out if their O-wallet is finally back, right? I know, because I don't think that they're in the Victory with Ash platform. Like, the O-coins are gone, you know? And then it says, secure and protected. SSL secured platform. Your safety and privacy are our priority. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you guys have had your website hacked in the past, so I don't know if I believe that. And then it says transparent and growing. A new age platform with a strong vision and a rapidly growing community. New age. Such suck-upness coming from this. Of course, it leaves us the website and it says where growth becomes reality. With a little crown. You stole my crown. So, Mr. Shah knew us. I don't know why you made this, because it's a bunch of bull hooey. A bunch of bull hooey. I don't even know where you got the numbers from. Like, all I can think is, do you guys remember when Ash released those numbers about the OnPassive website, and they were also obvious bull hooey? I'm thinking that maybe we got the statistics from there, but then that wouldn't be talking about the Victory with Ash platform. So this man spent however long making up this image to brag about this platform, just in hopes that Ash would see it and be like, wow, you're really promoting this well, Mr. Shah Nuaz. So Ash, I hope, sees this and goes, what the fuck are you talking about? Where'd you even get these numbers from? Because that would be even more funny. He pulled them out of his ash, that's right. Boom, boom. So pucker up, Mr. Shah Nuaz, because this week you are definitely the one who is kissing his ash. That's right. Pucker up. Have we picked on him before? I feel like we might have for a What the Fuck segment or another Kiss His Ash. Who knows? I went to the dentist this week. He said, I need a crown. I said, I know, right? Old joke. Love it. Love it. But let's ask ourselves what the fuck. You know, since I brought it up and everything, we might as well do that segment next.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF. WTF. So, who made me go WTF this week? What is this segment called? Queen has a crown, yes, and then my mouth rejects them and says, no, I don't want this thing in my mouth. I have this weird thing. I also have a weird thing where I have 2 roots in my front teeth instead of just one. Yes, I have all kinds of weird things about me. I also cannot catch hepatitis B because of my blood. It eats it. I have like a whole bunch of weird things, okay? Maybe we'll get into a weird facts about Queen one day. But this week's segment is called Uncomfortable, which I probably just made you with all of my facts that I just dropped about myself. And the reason why I'm calling this one Uncomfortable is because we are picking on Comfort Confer again this week. Yes, we are. All right? All right? Because she again made me go, what the fuck are you doing? So Comfort on May 6th at 3:30 a.m. my time, but I believe it would have been afternoon her time. I hope so anyway. I hope that she's not New York time. Because that would be, I'd be like, what are you doing up so late, Comfort? But she posted up this amazing post. Don't feel bad for her, Joe. What the hell? She says, that's me, unfiltered, no makeup, no shoes, just me. And I'm like, well, you could have put on shoes. Sometimes the only way to begin again is to accept yourself exactly as you are. Before the glow up, before the breakthrough, before everything looks perfect. This is where healing begins. This is where courage begins. This is where I rise again. Hashtag rise above all odds. Hashtag begin again woman. Hashtag self-love. Hashtag healing journey, which I'm all about healing journeys. Every Wednesday on my community tab, we do healing after coercive control, where I give you some exercises that I learned as a social service worker and through my own counseling after coercive control that can help you in your healing after coercive control. I'm not trying to replace your therapist. I still tell you to go get a therapist, go get therapy. But if you're getting therapy and you're doing my exercises every Wednesday and you're watching my videos and you get your education, you'll be doing all right. You know, you'll be well on your way. I like to think of me as extra support. So I'm all about a healing journey. But I just have a hard time with comfort healing because it's not like she's announcing she's leaving. This would be different if she was like, I am leaving this thing. I've learned not to scam people and not to wait around for 8 years for nothing and trust in a man that had his company shut down by the SEC for money. And now I am healing after it all. That's technically what we're doing every Wednesday, right? I wouldn't have an issue with it. The problem is that she's still in this thing. This is her journey of trying to heal and rise again before she believes OnPassive / Victory with Ash is going to make her successful. She wants to become a new version of herself before the success with this. And that's why I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Comfort? Okay? What the fuck are you doing? AI Ash is so much better than Professor Beard. What the heck? It's true. Self-love. Was she involved with pure romance? Right? No shoes. I know. And she does post an image up. She does. And don't worry. I got the full one right here. Here she is. Here she is. And I'm like, who took the image of you and on what? Because you got your phone in your hand. But very nice image, I will say, although, I could have done without the feet. Let's not put feet on the internet. But anyway, here she is in all of her glory. Now, another reason why this is really bothering me is because, as you guys know, she's been posting up a lot of, women after 40 content, okay? And I have an issue with this because my friend, the recovering Hunbot, has really been trying to spread awareness before she went on a break. She'll be back, don't worry. About how the elderly population is really, really preyed upon by a lot of these scams and pyramid schemes. OnPassive has been one of those, and they were the one that she was using as an example for her presentation during the MLM conference, if you remember, along with a few other schemes that she feels really do prey on the elderly population. And they are very, very susceptible to these types of schemes for several reasons. And they tend to put their retirement money into these things, and it's very sad. So seniors flock to MLMs for financial security because they're on a fixed income, and rising costs make supplemental income a necessity, right? There's a flexible work schedule. So MLMs technically allow them to work from home and set their own hours, which is something that everyone wants to do, it seems like these days. But especially people that are retired, and in places such as the US, people are working until they die. Okay, some people are unable to retire in many places. So for places where retirement and, at the age of 65 is not doable, online network marketing seems like, the solution. Remember that Ash shut down OnPassive in March before the SEC final judgment when he ran out of money to pay the lawyer and started the pivot to Victory with Ash. It is true. It is true. He did. There's also some social interactions, right? And we talked a lot about the community in Victory with Ash and what that does for the people in it and how that is a very big part of why they stay in, right? Many retirees feel isolated, and MLM fosters a strong sense of community that is often needed. That's right. We do see a lot of that from here. And then let's talk about health and wellness products, because that's maybe not an issue here, but it is an issue with MLMs in general. A lot of the MLM companies focus on anti-aging, nutrition, and holistic health, which can resonate with older demographics. According to the Global Wellness Institute, the wellness industry is worth $4.4 trillion. And seniors are a driving force behind its growth. MLM companies focusing on health supplements, mobility aids, which is a thing, and wellness solutions have seen explosive demand. In other words, this issue is getting worse, not better. MLMs target vulnerable people, right? Such as those with chronic illnesses or disabilities. They promise They promise alternative care or a way to manage their conditions, but these claims are often untrue. In addition to their negative impact on health MLMs can perpetuate systemic inequalities through their business practices. MLMs often target marginalized communities, including people of color and low-income individuals, promising financial success and health improvements. However, these promises are often proven to be false, leaving people in financial and physical distress. MLMs use high-pressure sales tactics and make false promises of financial success, which can lead people to losing money, the money that they initially invested. Again, we've seen that a lot, and we've seen that here when the SEC shut down OnPassive. Moreover, MLMs perpetuate systemic inequalities through their recruitment practices. All right, and I have a big issue with all of this. These companies often rely on personal networks and social connections, which can exclude people who do not have access to these networks. MLMs also require distributors to purchase large amounts of inventory up front, which can be a barrier for people who do not have access to the necessary funds. And then oftentimes they say things like, oh, well, take out a loan, max out a credit card, put a second mortgage on your home, and that's not cool either. Some companies also require their distributors to pay for training and other expenses, which can add up quickly, as we know. To promote equity in health and wellness, it's important to it's important to prioritize evidence-based health practices and to support businesses that prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion. This means holding all MLMs accountable for false or exaggerated health and income claims and their impact on marginalized communities. It also means supporting businesses that prioritize, DEI in their recruitment practices and business operations. Now, OnPassive / Victory with Ash is a technology company. As you see, they've been promising AI and education. And it's like, what do elderly people need AI for? Okay, there aren't a lot of elderly people that are into AI. You also must ask yourself, what education could the elderly get from this? So it's like Comfort is preying on an entire community to join this thing when they're not going to get anything out of it. I mean, they should be teaching all of us. I highly doubt that Mr. Ash Mufara here has anything that he could ever give to the elderly or teach the elderly, So it just kind of pisses me off to see this. So stop doing this, Comfort. Please stop posting up these healing journey women over 40 posts to try to trick elderly women into, and I'm going on 40, all right? And I don't appreciate it. But, we're a bit older, and we're not as into the new hip, younger stuff as we used to be, and you're trying to promote this to people that are elderly, and it's pissing me off, okay? It's really pissing me off, and I need you to stop. And I'm also going to need you to stop posting your feet on the internet. You're going to end up on FeetWiki if you keep doing that. Just, keep that in mind, girl. Just keep that in mind. So that is why this week's WTF is called Uncomfortable, because Comfort posting her feet on the internet made me uncomfortable, and so does her trying to prey on an older community that really isn't going to get anything out of this, and they don't have another 8 years to fucking wait around. So that is my WTF for this week.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF. Woo! That was a long one. I appreciate everyone who stuck with me through that, Speaking out about how these MLMs prey on the elderly is actually something that a lot of us are very passionate about, since a lot of us are, we're all moving up there in age, okay? All right, most of us anti-MLM creators, we're not like 20 years old, so I'm just saying. FeetWiki, yeah, that's the thing. It's a real thing, yep. It's a real thing. She's going to end up on there if she's not careful, so, she might want to watch it. She might want to watch it. And we are going to take a quick commercial break because I've been going for almost 2 hours and we got a lot to get through when I get back. When I come back, we're going to be hearing from Mike Ellis, by the way. Yeah, Mike Ellis, by the way. He did a video asking us all why we're all still here. And all I can think about is, Mike, why are you still here? Okay, what are you doing? Then we're going to hear from Megan, and we are going to hear from Redfern, and then we're going to wrap everything up with a wonderful story time from Victory with Ash. So don't go anywhere, because I got probably another 2 hours of content for you when we return after this break. Stick with me, you won't regret it, I promise. Are you on there, Queen? What's the link? You know, for research. I honestly don't really know the link. I had it sent to me once as a joke. I'll have to go locate it, but no, I am not on there. I do not believe. I do know Jeff Holiday is on there, though. That is actually how I found out about it, was from him discussing how he was on there. I promise. It's not because of me or Ghost of Nicola. So, we'll be right back. Yet. I gotta be careful about my feet. Got all of you just waiting to take a picture and put it up there, I swear. This stream is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The lizard hose is about 30 bucks. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Are you tired of getting screwed over by false promises, bad leadership, and tiny results? Introducing Tiny Dinger Condoms. Trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. The only protection you need when dealing with inflated egos and underwhelming performance. Whether it's a shady MLM pitch, a fake AI company, or a man who tells you he's the lord of the internet. Don't get played, get protected. Tiny Dinger Condoms are OnPassive resistant, 100% scam proof. coated in reality and skepticism for extra protection against cult-like charisma. And hey, if you're gonna get screwed by Ash Mufarah's vision, at least make sure you're wearing something that actually works. Tiny Digger condoms. Trademarked a YouTube streamer's favorite brand for when the product is imaginary, but the disappointment is real. Now available in Founder Frenzy flavor. Tastes like regret and missed refunds. Located at your local CVS, pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. Is your leader's birthday coming up? Don't just send a card. Send your soul. Introducing Happy Cult Day, the ultimate birthday experience for narcissistic gurus. Because nothing says divine enlightenment like 8 hours of forced gratitude on Zoom. With Happy Cult Day, you'll get a pre-written poem about how your leader changed your life. Access to a 9-hour tribute webinar you're required to attend. A royalty-free song you'll awkwardly sing with 300 other blinking followers. And a limited edition e-card with their face on a beam of light. Because they're just like Jesus, but better. Add on the birthday worship upgrade to include a tribute video of members crying, children chanting their name, and a slideshow of their humble beginnings. Why celebrate you when you can celebrate him? Again, Happy Cult Day, because in a real cult, it's their birthday every day. Side effects may include financial ruin, loss of autonomy, spontaneous chanting, seal clapping, and sudden belief that Ash Mufarah invented the internet. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger condoms and Fantasia foot spray. Buy Tiny Digger diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist's nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsors. Now, back to the live stream. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate you guys giving me a little break, you know? For Ash's next birthday, it'll be a week-long party. Yeah, it'll be like Vanguard Week. That's what we need. They pretty much already do that because they like celebrate it all week all over Facebook. You know what I mean? Like they celebrate the few days leading up to his birthday, and then they celebrate his birthday, and then they celebrate like after his birthday for a few days. It's like, Lord. Anyway, Mike Ellis, by the way, uploaded a video called "Why Are You Still Here?"
You know, today I want to start with a really, really simple question for everybody. It's a question I think we all ask from time to time.
Uh-huh. And Ash won't show up. Yeah, he won't show up this year. You watch.
And that question is, why are you still here? Why are you still following Mr. Mufarah? Why are you still engaged? And I think we all have a different answer for that, and I'll give you mine here in a little bit. But we were all wondering, Mike. We were all sitting here. We were like, we will not be able to sleep at night unless Mike comes online and tells us why he specifically is still here. Who are you? Say it. Where I want to start, and it is pertinent to the answer that I will give, I want to talk about our government and a...
Mike Ellis, same button t-shirt, by the way. Say it!
Corrupt system and what they're doing to you and I. Once you hear this explanation of what they're doing in a certain area, you will never forget it. And the place I want to start is property taxes and bonds. And what's happening today is the school districts use bonds to fund the school districts. They fund everything they do. And they issue bonds every year, every other year to fund that particular district. And they do this nationwide.
Uh-huh.
And when we think about that, the school district will offer these bonds up. All they can do is pay the interest on the bonds. They can never pay the principal. Right there, it's a circular mess. It really is illegal, and they shouldn't be doing it.
What? I feel like you're not explaining this properly. Mike is so full of shit. Bonds is a weird word to use too. What? Why are we talking politics? Apparently, because it's why he's here.
So how do they pay the interest on those bonds? Property taxes. They come in and they charge us property taxes for the property that we own, whether it's a house, whether it's a lot, whether it's commercial, whatever it is.
The taxes get divvied out for a lot of things, though. Good news, nobody had to pay taxes on their OnPassive earnings.
As they charge property taxes. And those property taxes go to pay the interest on the bonds. Now,
but don't you live in an apartment, so you're not really paying this property tax?
This really is a quagmire, and it gets worse and worse and worse because they continue to issue bonds. They can't pay the principal. They continue to pay the interest. How do they pay the interest? They have to increase the property taxes.
I don't think it works like a loan in that way, though. Because, like, usually with funding, they don't get enough funding, first of all. And like, that's not how it works here. Mike doesn't have a basic understanding of economics, apparently.
How do they do that? They do that with appraisals. They come in, they give your house a higher appraisal, they can charge more taxes. If they can't appraise your house any higher, they raise the levy rate, i.e. your taxes go up, you pay more money, they pay the interest on the bonds. It's a circular firing squad, and eventually all the cards will fall and it'll be disastrous. Now,
I'm trying to remember when my family had work done to the house. And I don't feel like the property tax went up, at least not because of that. Because it was still on the same amount of property. Like, you can only build on the property you're already paying for. You know what I mean? Like, you're already paying the property tax, and we had quite a yard. So you're paying for the property that your house is already on. And that includes, like, usually you pay up to like the sidewalk. And I had friends that used to always get pissy about how they had to cut the grass on the other side of the sidewalk because that's technically like the city's property. But like, you're supposed to still cut that grass, right? And I lived in the country, so we didn't have a sidewalk where I lived. It was just like a gravel road next to the road. So I had to cut a huge ass lawn every summer. But the way that property taxes work is that you pay for the entire property. And then if you build onto that property, like your house value goes up. And sure, that might make the taxes rise a tiny bit, but it's not really in the way that he's describing it. Like, I feel like he's not explaining this properly. I'm trying to get what he's saying, but I'm like, you're just off. He's pissed he has to pay school taxes, and he doesn't have kids. And I do know people that are like that. I actually really do. But it's kind of like everybody needs to pay a little bit for the next generation, you know? And that's not really how it works, because, like, you pay your taxes, and all of your taxes get divvied into everything. And then that amount gets provided to things like the school, the city, the roads, the this, the that. You know, you pay for a whole bunch of stuff with your taxes. And so that's why there is no real way to be like, I want to opt out of paying like for the schools. Because it's like they just kind of take your tax and then it gets divvied out. At least that's kind of how it works here. I don't know if the US is different in that way. I haven't heard that it is. I feel like it works very similarly. So I'm just a little bit like confused. I feel like he's entering like sob sickness. A $97 investment on OnPassive is a much better investment than a treasury bill. True. You know, you definitely want to do that and sit around for 8 years instead. Get ready, Mike. You'll have to pay taxes on the VWA education. Imagine. I don't know how property taxes work in Canada. I feel like they would be similar. Like, there can't be that much difference. You know what I mean? And I feel like our taxes would get divvied out in a similar way. And I know I'm not even using the right terminology right now because I don't have my economic cap on at the moment. I shouldn't need it. Maybe Mike's 100-year-old mom is charging him right now, and he's feeling a bit salty because she told him it's the property taxes. I think he's living in an apartment. I could be wrong. Like, I don't. In which case, we don't really pay property taxes. I mean, we pay on our taxes on everything else, like our rent and our bills. And again, all of that gets thrown into the taxes. And I highly doubt that Mike makes enough at his job that he'd be paying out much tax at the end of the year. I'm just saying, and I'm definitely not at the point where I make enough, where I'm paying out a shit ton of taxes at the end of the year. So I don't tend to really care about that, to be honest. But Mike here seems really upset about something that doesn't even really affect him. That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of like, this is a weird hill to climb. Because, like, this doesn't really even affect you. Like, so why would you be like, I'm still in victory with Ash because of property taxes? And how it goes to the school boards, and that's all going to crash one day. So we better all get our education from Ash Mufara instead. People are going to need a place to learn when all the schools crash. You know, like what? They'll value the VWA education more than the worth you gain from it. Actually, 5 cents will be too high, right? Doesn't the government pay people to live in Canada? The government technically does. Yeah, everybody in Canada, if you have children, for example, and you make under a certain amount, which is quite a high amount, it's under like 100 grand or 80 grand a year, then you get a child tax benefit. So you kind of get taxes back. And taxes go into that too now. But other than that, no. I mean, I had to go on disability, but so I technically live off the government a bit. But I'm just saying, like, it's more based on what you made as well. And again, I even said I'm not someone that really pays the taxes to the point where it would make sense for me to come out here and then start bitching about where the money goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in the bracket of where I would be paying out taxes so that it would make sense for me to come and climb that hill and be like, I'm going to be a part of a scam because of this property tax. Mike isn't far off from my position. So I'm kind of like, dude, you're like me and you're not really affected. So why are we here, dude? Yeah, part of the money, rent money, does go to the property tax. It does, but I have to be honest. I've never really sat down and been like, I have an issue paying that. Because to me, the taxes that I pay, even when I buy stuff at the store, that all goes into the upkeep of everything in my country, which I don't mind. I actually don't mind the tax because I am someone that does believe that we should have things like social assistance and pensions for the elderly and the child tax benefit and these things. So I don't mind that you know, any money I do pay to taxes goes to that. That's fair to me, especially as someone that receives it. You know, I've never really complained about that, because to me, that's a stupid thing to complain about. If anything, like I said, the schools are underfunded. They need more money. So that's my complaint. If we're going to talk about the education system, we can talk about how it's not divvied up fairly, and how rich communities actually get more money to their schools, which doesn't make much sense to me. I mean, we can have that conversation about economics, and I would be quite happy to bitch about that for all day, because I don't find that fair. But that just comes from my place of, again, wanting everything to be fair, you know, and wanting everyone to benefit equally off of these taxes. That's my complaint with it. But I don't know how that would lead me to then be in victory with Ash for 8 years. I feel like that's counterproductive.
Deal about property taxes. Why it's fraudulent.
Okay.
It's fraudulent for the government to tax you on unrealized gains. This is in the 16th Amendment of the Constitution.
Oh, Lord.
They can't do this. It's illegal. Now, they do it anyway, but it's illegal. It's fraudulent. They shouldn't be doing. School districts should never be able to issue bonds because they can't pay the principal, and the interest is getting harder and harder to pay. They will take as much money as they can from you and I, the property owners, in property taxes. And there will come a point where we can't pay the property taxes anymore. Even if you paid off your house, you can't pay the property taxes. I have individuals that have bought a house recently. They're paying.
Yeah, not you again. I don't know why you're spending so much time bitching about this, because it doesn't make sense for this to be the reason why you're still here, Mike.
As much as $8,000, $10,000, $12,000, $14,000 a year on property taxes. It is ridiculous. It is illegal. It should not happen. Now, today, is there a solution to this? Yeah, there is. Right now, this particular case is in the Supreme Court in Texas. So they're litigating it right now. We're going to see if the judiciary is honest or they're not. This should not be happening. No one in this country should be paying property taxes because it is unrealized gains, and that is illegal according to the 16th Amendment of the Constitution. Boom, there it is. Now, why do I bring this up? It is a fraud.
Lord. I actually agree with Mike about getting taxed on the unrealized value of my house. I only realize that valuation when I sell it. And that's fine. We can have that conversation. I feel like Mike's not the one for this conversation. And it has nothing to do with why you would then be in victory with Ash. Like I said, like I feel like there is a little bit of a conversation to be had. I have my own issues, like I brought up. But I'm having a hard time being like, yes, Mike, it makes sense for you to have this issue. And for this to be the reason why you're here. Because we all know it's not. You know? Hello, Sam. Good to see you. Well, Mike has run out of lies to tell about victory with Ash. Apparently, you know? This was a very strange discussion for Mike to have. I feel like it came out of nowhere a little bit. I'm like, really? That's why?
Fraudulent system that we live in. How do we get out of that fraudulent system?
Like I said, there's times where you get double taxed on things. And yeah, we could talk about how maybe that shouldn't be allowed. But I'm like, Mike, what? And how are we going to bring this back to this scam?
Excuse me. This is where victory with Ash comes in. Like, that's where I'm like, I know that's where this is going. Too, like there should be a separate conversation. We could have had a decent conversation about taxes and economics and all of that good stuff, and even the school system and the funding. Like, there's a lot of conversation that could be had here. That would actually be a good conversation to have. It would make sense for anyone to talk about. Even Mike, to a degree. My issue is, though, is I'm kind of like, this is weird for you to be like, this is the reason why I'm here. And then also we're going to bring it to how this scheme and Ash Mufareh is going to fix this. And I just,
how? You know, what are we doing? The Indians were reposting this everywhere in the OnPassive Facebook pages. I know, they all were. And I'm like, oh, it's just a mess, isn't it?
The reasons I'm still with Mr. Mufara, why I'm still engaged, why I'm excited about what he's doing, it's why I'm still here.
Okay.
What if? And questions are awesome.
Yeah, questions that make sense. I mean, yeah, I like playing devil's advocate sometimes, and I even like imagining and dreaming big sometimes. And doing hypotheticals and all of the above, but I just feel like this isn't going to be a good question. Why do I feel like I'm not going to like it?
What if there's a business that you can get into and actually develop an income?
Oh my God. Guys, what if? And I got a screenshot of that face. What if? All right, my pause game's on point today. What if there was a business and it was called something like getting a job and you worked and then people paid you for the work you did? What if that existed? Yeah, I mean, crazy to think about. That's a big what if.
What if there's a business you can get into, not only develop an income, but develop wealth?
What if there's like 1 million of them and they call themselves multi-level marketing companies? I call them schemes, though.
What if that business allowed you to live the lifestyle you wanted to live, get out of a fraudulent system and have that financial independence and stability for you and your family?
What system? The financial system. Am I going to join Victory with Ash and then I won't have to pay my property taxes anymore? Like, I don't understand. This is the same guy that said OnPassive's market share was in the trillions. Indeed.
All of these things are great questions. And in the next months coming up, I'll start to talk about all of this.
Oh, I can't wait.
Obviously, what Mr. Mufara is doing right now, I'm going to let him come out and give you the specifics of what's coming.
Well, is he going to actually show up, though?
I believe very quickly in 2026, the year of our Lord.
The year of our Lord? Oh, that's weird. Mike isn't usually that religious. That was weird. OnPassive will pay your property tax. Get out of the fraudulent system and join this other fraudulent system. Yeah, join our fraudulent system instead.
And when that happens, we'll start to talk about all of these questions. What if, what if, what if, what if? And I believe there's answers to all of them, and they're very, very positive. And it gives us the ability to get out of a fraudulent system in my country. Now,
in your country, only in your country. Here we go with the Bible thumping, right? That was weird, though. Mike isn't usually, like, he's brought up God before, and he takes part in the prayers when they do the prayers, you know, he'll, like, bow his head and whatnot. But he doesn't usually say things like that in these videos. That was a little weird. Year of our Lord, he says. Sherry will start claiming that OnPassive will pay your property taxes, right? She will, though, and I won't blame her. I'll be like, I mean, that's what I got out of Mike Ellis, by the way, his video.
As I look across the world, as I talk to different people across the world, different countries, Asian Belt, Africa, Europe, wherever we look, there is corruption everywhere.
Oh, my.
And these people are really, really ingenious in developing ways to take our money. Now, they are being exposed. I think the current administration is
yes, we need to worry about other people taking our money, not Ash Mufara.
trying to expose a lot of this, but I won't get into the political side of it. I know that's a contentious item.
Have we not been political for the last 5 minutes and 24 seconds? Am I insane? What the fuck?
But I believe things are starting to change, and what Mr. Mufara is doing is one of those big changes.
Oh, my
honest,
Lord.
Clean, ethical answering the questions that I've asked.
Don't worry, guys. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Ash Mufara are going to save all of us.
So in the months to come, I'll be talking about all of this stuff. I know Mr. Mufara will be coming out and talking about what he's doing, the business, how it's going to unroll, and what it's going to look like. And when that happens,
I hope he shows up and actually talks about it. Because I'm not enjoying the 10-minute little live streams you guys are doing, just reading his back office message. It's stupid.
It's a very, very exciting time. Stay engaged. I don't know how you answer that question. Why am I still here? I know why I answer it. And it's because of the original vision that Mr. Mufar had. It's the same one that I had.
Then what the fuck was the big rant about property tax for? Lord! I wish they had deposed Mike first instead of Jeffrey Morlock, right? Honest, clean, and ethical sounds exactly like Ash, I know.
Although his was much more in depth. And I believe it's the same today as it was 8 years ago. And things are starting to roll as we watch what Mr. Mufara is doing. So stay in.
I mean, technically it is the same today as it was 8 years ago because they're still not doing anything. So, I mean, in that sense, yeah, for sure. But my whole thing is like, a lot has changed. Like the fact that OnPassive was actually shut down and fined by the SEC. Ash was fined. He got an 8-year director's bar. If anything, I'd say you're actually worse off now than you were 8 years ago. Because 8 years ago, there was no director's bar. It wasn't shut down by the SEC. And there was some hope. I even still had hope when I started covering this thing in 2021. Yeah, I've been covering this since 2021. And when I first started covering it, I was still under the belief that Ash would actually do something. Like release some products and they would actually start selling on the market. Okay? I got taken for a whole ride. I didn't become a part of it. I didn't like join or anything like that. I've always been speaking out as someone against it. But I literally thought like, yeah, this is going to happen. And, you know, although there was a lot of, okay, maybe this isn't going to happen, you know, and then we lost faith in it, there was still kind of looming in the air the possibility, right? Now, I feel like that's all gone. Like, at this point, we're like, nothing's going to happen here. You guys are going to wait around for 8 years and then won't be able to do anything still. Because he's not allowed to run one of these businesses ever again, like an MLM. So, it's not going to be a business like how they're all picturing, right? Mike's had to get 5 jobs since he joined Ash's scams. A greeter at Walmart. Hey, they have good benefits, I hear. Is Mike having an existential crisis? Maybe. The drive-thru at McDonald's. Again, they have benefits. You know, when my husband could not work, and we were kind of like hoping he would go back to work because like the EI was going to finish and we were going to have no income. I went and worked at McDonald's. Because I could literally walk in there with my resume and be like, I need a job right now. I need to start as soon as possible. And I was working by the next week. And I knew I could do that there. And when you need a job, you need a job. You know, I had a young child, very young. You know, she was like 1.5. So I needed money. I needed money. So I went and got the quick fucking job that I could get. And then while I was working there, I looked for better work. And then I went and got a better job after. Right? But when you need money, you need money. And it wasn't time to be picky. And I will swallow my pride to go work at McDonald's and make money for my family so that my daughter can eat and my husband can be okay while I'm looking for another job. Because I knew it would take me a little bit to actually get a decent job. Like, you know? But I was like, in the meantime, I need to find something else that at least gives me a paycheck. Because we can't just have no money coming in. That we can't do that. Ash will be close to 60 when the band ends, right? They broke the recovering hun bod. They give you uniforms at McDonald's. Dude, I got to wear a suit and tie. Okay? I didn't have to wear the uniform for long. I was barely there a month, and I like, whoo. Got raises.
Engaged. Take a look. Mr. Mufar is going to be coming out with more. And when he does, I don't think anybody here is going to be disappointed. And from there, this will be a public webinar or video that I'll put out there. And I'll be able to do more public videos as Mr. Mufar comes out and gives us his vision and how it's going to look. I think he'll...
Lordy! You know what? Working at McDonald's is better than being in one of these schemes. More respect for somebody going to work every day at McDonald's than I do for Mike Ellis, by the way, here. Bet you looked cute. I might have some pictures. I should look. Because I should have some pictures.
Give us permission to do public videos, and when he does, I'll start doing that. And we'll start answering some of these questions. I think the answers are going to be good. I think they're going to be what you want to hear, and they will give you a way.
I don't know. I'm not too confident they will be.
Way forward to take care of some of those financial woes that we all have. That's it for today, guys. Just a quick video. I wanted to do something public. I hadn't done it for a while. Just to stay out there. This is a great topic. That
do you know what? You don't even say would you like fries with that. Unfortunately. And no. I was only on the front cash and like did the drive-through for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I was what they call the guest experience leader. So then I got to just hang out with the customers all day. I just helped out with stuff. But I never had to cook. And I barely ever had to ask anyone if they wanted fries. Because when they order at McDonald's, they'll be like number 1, number 7. They all come with fries.
That I talked about. And I believe as you watch what's happening, and I'll update you as I get more information on this, we shouldn't be paying property taxes, period. Nobody should. It's your castle. You pay it off. No one should be able to take care of it. And really, property taxes right now, it's a second mortgage. It's not right, and it should go away. So that's it.
I'm just wondering, though, like, again, what does that have to do with Victory with Ash? I feel like he bitched about property taxes. Told us that Victory with Ash would give us a second income to help us pay the property taxes, but then ended it with we shouldn't have to pay it at all. Like, that was just weird.
For today, guys, have a great weekend coming up, and hopefully we'll have more for you next week. Take care, and we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.
Picture white Mike wearing a hairnet. Screen pal. What the hell is screen pal? Moved to Sweden, Mike. So yeah, he's like, why are we still here? And I'm like, that's a good question, Mike. Why are you still here? And he's like, because I don't want to pay property tax. And I'm like, I don't think this is going to help with that. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, but like, I don't know what that was. But there you have it. Mike Ellis, by the way, doesn't want to pay his property taxes, but does want to stay in Victory with that. A little backwards in my opinion, but you know, that's just me. Next, I think that we should hear from our dear friend, Megan Mitchell. She did an amazing video this week that was called The In-House Advantage.
Good morning, good evening, Megan Mitchell here. It is Thursday, May 7th, and I'm making this video today in response to our recent updates.
Those plants are looking a little better in the background, I feel. Victory with Ash is going to fix the entire U.S. tax system. That's right. That's right. Just buddy. Oh, we'll get into that. Mike's mom should be making videos about how she did not get a good ROI on the school taxes she paid.
With Ash's recent updates that Julie, Chris, Susie, and
you're matching very well today, Megan. Your glasses really do match your shirt. Good for you.
Red brought to us about the KYC. And I had a little bit more information that I wanted to share, but Red made a wonderful live a few days ago, and I don't want to repeat a lot of the same information.
Don't worry, we're going to watch that one next.
So this is going to be brief, but I do want to share my excitement about this update and why this is so exciting and why it's so important to our organization and our business.
She was like, they didn't let me on the last time to read part of the update, and I'm feeling salty about it. So Red did a video about the KYC, but I felt like I should come on here and just, you know, tell you guys what I think anyway. And I was like, yeah, again, Megan, I was sitting here like, but what does Megan think about all this? I need to know. Did he really? Mm-hmm. She still needs some hair serum for those split ends. Bugs me every time. I'm so shallow. No, it's true. You know, she could have some amazing curls, it looks like, but she doesn't know how to take care of her hair, unfortunately.
You know, we've been waiting for a while.
For
Some
8
feel like
years.
we've been waiting for a long time. I don't feel like we've been waiting, because if you've been keeping up to date with everything that's going on, you realize that Ash is very careful to make the right adjustments at the right time.
Is that what I'm... Really? That's not what I got at all, watching this for the last 5 years.
And some of the waiting is a result of those adjustments. You know,
okay.
I'm a teacher. This is my 25th year. I know I've shared that before, but if I...
Yes, Megan is a teacher, and this is her 25th year of teaching. Yet for some reason, whenever she does a video to talk to us about this, she seems to just look up a couple quotes she thinks goes with it, and then she also seems to read to us from ChatGPT. So I'm a little worried about her teaching. I'm just saying. Like Joe says, her poor students, you know, like, I'm just saying. Ash is the master of timing. We just don't understand it yet. We just have to stick around for another 5 years to get it. That's what's really going on here. The right adjustment at the right time would have meant he launched OConnect during COVID. Very true, Chris. Very, very true. Very good point. I feel like that was definitely a missed opportunity, right? I mean, technically, Zoom launched before COVID and did not take off. And then it took off during COVID, right? We talked about all of that, in case you're wondering, because they always used to compare their OConnect to the Zoom, and they used to bitch about Zoom all the time. Do you remember that? They used to every day that they would be on Zoom, and it was every day at the time. They'd be like, God, I hate Zoom. And we'd be like, yeah, here you are every day.
If you don't know that, that's my main job, is being an educator. And I have...
What's your other job doing this? Is that what you mean? Ugh. I would just stick to my job is being an educator. I would keep this a secret, Megan. You know, and I really hope that you're not like talking to the parents of your students. I don't know what you teach, like what grade or anything like that, or if it's college or uni or what, adults. I have no clue. But I really do hope whoever it is, you're not, you know, telling them about Victory with Ash and Mr. Ash Mufara. Let's hope you keep that fucking separate. They bitched about Zoom while they were on Zoom, exactly. A real job versus a fake job.
to make adjustments for certain projects, lessons, all the time, based on the certain students that I have at the time, based on, you know, different circumstances. We make adjustments for schedule, we make adjustments for the length of the duration of the unit.
So then you should understand how difficult it would then be to have one platform teach everybody in the world via video. Like, I'm just saying, like, without it being in a classroom setting where there can be a back and forth communication, just watching a video. You should understand that more than anyone, Megan. Yet here you are. Megan looks battle-hardened, like she teaches high school. She looks like someone that would teach, like, arts or drama, to be honest.
And I believe that Ash is very careful.
I hope she's not teaching math.
Careful to make those adjustments as he's going, and I think that's what he has done in our recent update about the KYC. You know, we started onboarding people into Victory with Ash back in, I believe it was September or November, and you know, there was some issues with the outsourced KYC, a few issues. Not too many, but I think Ash is very proactive in seeing something that in the long term is going to be, you know, I don't want to say detrimental, but is going to be maybe a little bit of a stumbling block. And without bringing that information to us, he made decisions behind the scenes to build an in-house KYC. Why is this so powerful and so important? Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the advantages of having KYC, Know Your Customer, in-house. An in-house Know Your Customer system provides complete control over data security, allowing for highly tailored verification processes that match specific risk tolerances and business needs. It eliminates reliance on third-party providers, reducing long-term costs for high-volume businesses and enabling immediate, customized responses to regulatory changes. You know, one of the things that I think that we need to keep in mind is that we are not an average organization. We are available all over the world, and that is very unique. How many companies do you know that are going to be available in pretty much the entire world? So that brings with it some unique challenges and advantages also. Key advantages of in-house KYC: full data security and control, maintaining ownership of sensitive.
Do you make your students do a KYC? I'm just wondering. Her classroom control strategy is bore them into submission. As long as she isn't a teacher doing things with her male students or female students, you know, we don't know which way she swings. I'm just saying. As someone that swings both ways myself, I'm just saying. Hopefully she's not. Joe, we don't need to go there. I don't choose.
Customer data, reducing risks associated with data handling by third-party vendors.
Joe's a little salty. You'll find out why at the end of the video.
And ensuring compliance with specific data privacy laws. I can't even imagine the amount of regulatory bodies that Ash has to, you know, be involved with when it comes to dealing with this many different countries.
Yeah, there's a problem with this because he has an 8-year director spot from the SEC. They've already shut him down once, Megan. Come on.
And all of the specifics for each one. That's a massive undertaking, but he's never, it seems like he's never overwhelmed or scared off by these large challenges.
I know, we haven't seen him since October though.
Customization and flexibility.
Again, why are we reading this off of ChatGPT? And what did you ask ChatGPT for this?
Organizations can tailor verification systems to their exact risk profiles, business needs, and customer experience goals. Ash always wants to over-deliver, and I think this is just an example of him wanting to over-deliver by giving us our own KYC. Reduced variable costs, especially for high-volume transactions, creating an in-house team can eliminate the per-user fees associated with external vendors. The fact that Ash is willing to put forth the upfront cost.
Again, is he just going to do everything for free? Like, that's ridiculous, right? Hello, Music Vibes. Good to see you.
Costs to build an in-house KYC because he always wants the best. And if you know him and if you've been following him, you realize that all of his choices are, you know, basically because he wants the best for all of our futures. Rapid regulatory response. Internal teams can adapt, change, and update verification procedures instantly to meet new unexpected regulatory requirements. And then lastly, improved user experience. Ability to create a seamless branded onboarding flow that aligns perfectly with the company workflows according to some sub.
Lord! Megan, this is boring. Ash will say anything that sounds good. True. 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 It's me, Scam Chan, under my new channel name. Yep. Hey, Music Vibes.
So he's tailoring this for us, which in the long term is going to be an incredible advantage over other organizations that.
Not really. And again, we have to question, why is he collecting this data? And I want to know again, what did you put into ChatGPT? Did you just say, is having an in-house KYC a good idea? Or did you actually mention like Ash Mufara and Victory with Ash?
Don't have outsourced or in-house sourced KYC programs.
Okay.
So there's a few considerations. While in-house offers,
I would not trust an in-house one. I'm just saying.
High control, it requires significant upfront investments, specialized expertise, and ongoing maintenance. So sure, there's disadvantages, but I believe that Ash is weighing all of those advantages and disadvantages, and he's looking towards the future, not just our current situation. And he knows what our big, bold, beautiful dream, our business, our ultimate destination is going to be, and he's tailoring everything for that. This is also a way to really stay up to date with the customer, and he's going to be able to, there's advantages to getting information about the customer and being able.
No, there isn't. There isn't. Please don't. Outhouse KYC, right?
To control that information and not, you know, not breach trust with the customer. So we are in great hands. Please be patient and stay excited and know that everything that's happening is for our benefit. I hope this is giving you a little bit of information and a little bit of, you know, something a little different about why building our own KYC system is so powerful and how we are really blessed to be in this position. Have a wonderful Thursday.
Have a wonderful Thursday. Have a wonderful Saturday, Megan. Again, I feel like she just asked ChatGPT, like, what is an in-house KYC and how is it good? And I want to show you because I decided to ask ChatGPT what will happen if Ash Mufara makes his own KYC for his Victory with Ash platform. And the funny thing is that it lists off that if he personally implements a Know Your Customer system for Victory with Ash, several things could happen legally, operationally, and reputationally. KYC itself is not illegal. Many regulated businesses use it to verify identities and prevent fraud. The important question is why the platform is collecting IDs how the data is stored, and whether the company is legally authorized or required to do so. There are already online criticisms and allegations surrounding the platform's KYC push, especially because some reports claim recruitment targets were tied to KYC completion. And it talks about how there could be some scrutiny because, OnPassive and Ash Mufareh have a previous SEC action. So it could attract the regulators and the SEC if they're not registered. And the funniest part about all of it, guys, is that if you go down to the bottom, this right here is Victory with Ash running a KYC harvesting scheme. If you click on that, I'm the reference. I love the internet sometimes. Where did ChatGPT get this information from me? And my worries already that I have already told all of you about the KYC, and this was a while ago. Okay, so is Victory with Ash running a KYC harvesting scheme? And I am going to literally leave you the link to this in the comment section if you want to come and read it in case you haven't. But it's my article on Danny's website, because if you don't know, if you come to blog anti-MLM and cults on theheck.com, you will be met with my articles about MLMs and cults. Even about the Warrens. Look at that. I talk about a little bit of everything over here. We have inside the Greenhaven sect, Sensi, Trinori, etc. All kinds of good stuff. But I just thought that was funny. So obviously, she's not asking them specifically about Ash Mufareh's KYC. She's just asking them about a KYC in general. Otherwise, I feel like this information would show up for her as well. Right? All right? That's all I'm saying. I don't like it. Either that or she ignores it. But Megan, you should read my article on that. Ash wants that income from the old members. That's right. Megan is the new Gina Leva. It seems to be. I haven't seen Gene in a little bit. How many KYC does Ash need? I know. Queen is teaching ChatGPT. Not really. I don't use it that often. I just had to make an account to ask it that question while Megan's video was playing. Because I didn't realize that I don't have an account. But as you can see, they are red flags because it's Ash Mufareh and he's already been involved in the SEC. You guys could get in trouble. The funny thing about this video of Megan's, though, is that we're not quite done with it yet. You see, because Joe decided to have some fun. Let me introduce you to Megan Gets Trolled by Joe from Detroit. So it was under this video that we just watched together where she talks about the KYC and how she is a teacher and has been for 25 years. And then basically just reads us ChatGPT. Thanks, Megan. Your classrooms must be exciting. So, Joe comes up and Joe says underneath the video, why is a company that will not be selling anything need a KYC? Why? It's a great question. Why do they need one? They're not selling anything. There's going to be no money moving. So why? And Megan responds and says, not sure where you got the idea that there will never be products. This is a community made of real people. And I'm like, well, because you're not allowed to sell anything, Megan. And we were told that there would just be courses. It's an educational platform. But what does real people have to do with it? Is that why you say you need a KYC to prove that it's real people? So Joe says, per the SEC agreement, Ash has a director's bar from running a company that sells products/services. In my honest opinion, the only thing he can sell is the data he is getting from the KYC. He still has bills and his wife's spa visits to pay for. Oh, Joe. And that seemed to have been deleted. So Devin shows up. Devin, who was actually just Joe, shows up and says, Miss Mitchell, I see you pulled a comment I wanted to discuss with you. I see you are taking notes from Red, Chris, and Mike and removing/blocking comments that make you think about what is happening with VWA. So is this what you teach the children in school? Run away instead of facing the hard questions? Well, I am reasonably sure you will remove and block me and my question. However, I will screenshot it for my records. Joe's so nice for letting her know. I don't tell people, I just screenshot these kinds of comments, Joe. Continues to say, so how is Ash making money to live right now? And why the big push about KYC for a company that cannot sell anything that Ash is involved with? I honestly do not expect an answer, but please do think about it. I mean, fair, right? Joe's trying to warn her and get her out of this thing before it's too late. Even though she might have already done the KYC, sent in all of her personal information. So Megan responds, and she says, you can walk away from anything you don't want to be a part of, just like I can choose to be a part of anything I desire to. Please screenshot this before I remove you. Dun, dun, dun. I don't think I have that media asset. I don't think I have it. I don't. I'm going to have to add it somehow. But yeah, before I remove you, you will be terminated, Joe. So Victory with Ash Laxative shows up and says, gee, looks like my buddy Devin hit a nerve. Another question. How do you feel about that fact from that was taking money from people in third world countries, many of whom had to borrow the 97 USD to spend his video streaming and his kids' karate classes? This information is in the SEC complaint. And now I went to go look, and I looked under this video, Joe, and you know, all of the comments seem to have been deleted. So she has removed you. You were terminated without notice. You upset Mrs. Mitchell. So that was Joe's little fun, trolling Megan underneath her video. Unfortunately, I feel like we didn't really get an answer to any of our questions. But alas, I guess we'll keep trying, you know? Joe has many accounts. She doesn't like me. Oh, Joe, it's okay. We all love you, Joe, so it's fine. So as you heard in Megan Mitchell's video, Red released a video about the KYC that inspired her to make her video. So, you know, I thought we would have to give that one a little watch before we wrap things up here with our story time. So now I didn't have time to edit this intro, so give me a second here. I love how he just shows up for a split second. You know, I just love it.
Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Good to be here. May the 5th, Tuesday. Hope you had a good Star Wars day yesterday, May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you. I'm just saying.
certainly did. It was a bank holiday here in the UK. Jane and I were both working at the tea rooms. Very busy, actually, it was. But I hope you've had a good weekend wherever you are. Shout out, obviously, to Chris Johnson, Julie Wen, and Susie McRae for the live that we did on the 1st.
Yes, Jane is there today. Probably questioning all of her life choices leading up to this point.
Last Friday, I think it was. Bringing some great news about having our own in-house AI KYC for Victory with Ash, and actually for...
Usually they work like fairs, festivals, places like that. And then Red will be like a chef, usually.
New business that we will be going through Victory with Ash to the big, bold, beautiful...
She's looking up divorce eternity.
Dream that is coming up, obviously. And we need to make sure that we are engaged and up to date with where we are at the moment. Still getting...
I don't understand. They were so excited. So excited over this KYC, damn it. Like, way too excited, right? Like, it's like, you have to think, they at one point had OMail, ONet, okay, OConnect, OTracker, OTrim, and an OWallet with their OES. Which, sure, none of them were great. They all still suck. But at the same time, like, there was a time when they had some things that they were able to use and look at and whatnot. And it's like, we just started over and now we're just super excited about a KYC. You know what I mean? It's so weird. But all right, let's make it through this torture.
Getting messages from quite a few people. All of us are wanting to know what's happening, etc. Best thing to do, if somebody is asking these questions, point them to reputable people to bring them up to date as far as videos on YouTube is concerned, and that should help.
Yeah, tell them to watch myself. Tell them to come watch me.
Them get up to date with what is going on. As far as the AI KYC for Victory with Ash is concerned, as we brought the update for you, it is exciting, it is new, and it is in process at the moment. So keep your eyes peeled, and everything will start falling into place as far as that is concerned. What I want to talk to you today about is the importance of KYC and why, as far as business is concerned, that it really is now so important that KYC occurs prior.
I feel like we've already done this before. Is it just me? I'm getting like deja vu. I feel like Red has already explained to us why KYC is important. Probably a few times, but here we are again.
To people joining a business or anything else online. That's what I want to talk to you today about, to give you more of an understanding of why a KYC, know your customer, is so important. So let's get started then. Know your customer identification is essential for online companies. Why? To establish trust, obviously, comply with legal regulations, which there are in place now across the globe and country-wide regulations, and prevent financial crime such as money laundering, identity theft, and fraud. It's a lot more than just having a real person who is part of the business. We have moved on a lot further now from just making sure you're not a bot, that you're not an imposter, you are who you say you are.
How? Like, here's the thing, okay? They did the survey. They were told that only the elite people were joining. And then they were told to add 10 people each, but make sure that they were people that were once in OnPassive. This time they were told that each person could only make one account. And I believe they've already done a KYC allegedly since being here. So I'm a little bit like, why do we need this other KYC now? Because it's theirs? Like, and I'm wondering what happened to all the other KYCs that they were allegedly cool with. Obviously, Ash couldn't secure a KYC for this thing because of the SEC. That should be a red flag to you. So then he made his very own, which should also be a red flag to you. Because, like, who made it? Where is this information going? Like I said, who's collecting this data? Where is this data sitting? Is it just going to be on a folder on his fucking computer that anyone can hack? And that anyone has access to? All your passports and your IDs? Like, these are questions you have to start asking here. And you're not asking them. It pisses me off. Because I'm like, by now you should be asking these questions. I get you're a little bit brainwashed, but I mean, you haven't seen Ash since October. Have we not woken up in the slightest? Like, come on, man. Come on. Jane's mother is turning out to be right about what she said when Jane told her she was marrying Red. Right? No, you're a con man. Oh, you can still see it? Okay, I couldn't see it. But you can still see it. Are you in that account when you can see it? Look for it in another account and then tell me if it's still there. I'm wondering if she blocked me or something. I don't know. Because I didn't see it and I was like, oh, she must have yeeted that laxative comment too. Any normal person detests KYC. These people are like, we love it. It's the only thing we have. We have to hold on to it. I guess that's where we're at, right?
And for businesses, it's also important to make sure that they comply with the right regulations and also make sure they have the right people within their organizations. And
the funny thing is that a KYC is usually to try to prevent like fraud for both the company and the customer when it is done. And like I said, it's usually done to when money's being exchanged. But in this case, this whole thing is a fraud, and the KYC is also a fraud. So be careful.
KYC really does help this by verifying that the customers are who they claim to be through official identification and document checks. Companies reduce the risk of becoming unwitting participants in illegal activity.
Oh, maybe I just couldn't see it, Joe. All right. Well, it's good to know that it's still up there. No answer yet, though, huh?
Activities. I can assure you that when money is part of the equation within business, this is when unscrupulous people want to get involved so that they can exploit that part of the business.
But you don't have to worry here because there's going to be no money because you're not selling anything, any products or services, and you're not paying out commissions. So problem solved, and then you don't need a KYC. There you go.
KYC certainly helps to prevent this from happening. So here's a breakdown of the key areas of importance of KYC. Number one is its legal and regulatory compliance. For financial services, fintech, crypto, and other regulatory sectors, KYC is a mandatory requirement to satisfy anti-money laundering laws. Failure to perform these checks can lead to a hefty fine, legal penalties, and even criminal prosecutions if they're not put in place. It also helps to prevent.
But the problem is, like I keep saying, Ash has that 8-year director's bar, and the SEC has already shut him down once. So, like here, in this case, it's not compliant. He can't make regulators happy. You get what I'm saying? So no, it's not a protection in this case. In this case, it's a problem. It's an issue. Like I said earlier, read my article on it.
And fraud, financial fraud. KYC helps verify the authenticity of a customer's identity preventing fraudulent activities like account takeovers, synthetic identity theft, and the use of stolen credit cards.
Yeah, and I'm worried about Ash doing all of this. I'm worried about Ash selling your personal information in fulls on the dark web. I'm worried about identity fraud on all of you. I'm worried about all of these things. I'm worried about the security. Like I said, I'm wondering, where is this data being stored? A lot of things. And it's about time that some of you guys in Victory with Ash start also worrying.
Again, helps to keep your business safe and compliant. Mitigating money laundering by identifying clients and understanding their background. Businesses can prevent criminals from using their platform for more illicit funds. Reputable management, an online company associated with terrorism financing or money laundering risks severe reputational damage.
You're already being investigated for money laundering, so the KYC didn't help you last time from that. I doubt it will this time. Violet says, I miss ONET. I had to pick up a shot of tequila on my profile. Yeah, because this thing makes you want to drink. I wonder what those 5 Indians who were posting on ONET are doing now. They're on Facebook, where they've also always been. But only for real businesses, right? That's what I mean. Here it's a red flag. In something like this, it's a red flag. You know, and in some of these crypto schemes out there, red flag.
Robust KYC process ensures that a company acts in good faith and acts as a deterrent to fraudsters. And the last one is onboarding legitimate users. Modern KYC solutions such as...
Again, why didn't we do the survey and all this other stuff? If we were just going to create a KYC ourselves and then have everyone fill that out eventually. It's just, all of this has been stupid. And again, just a way to waste everybody's time, keep people holding on, like I said.
AI-based document verification can quickly...
Fax your KYC to Julie, right? Have they created an account on Telegram? Maybe. I believe that there are a couple of accounts on Telegram of theirs, yes.
Verify individuals, helping to onboard legitimate users more effectively while stopping malicious activity. So you see, there's a lot more to KYC.
The only thing it did is keep us out of it. Because when I sent in my stuff, I got denied. and like the last time. That's what I mean. I've already done a KYC for this thing and been denied. I wonder if I could get through this KYC, but maybe I should try again.
Then just making sure...
No, I don't want to try again because, like I said, do not send in your info to these people. Do not send your ID to them, please.
You're a real person. There's a lot more legislation behind KYC that companies now need to understand.
Yeah, but you're already a scam.
And to take on board to make their business compliant within the countries that...
Damn, Jane has some hair.
They are operating. Each country has different rules and regulations as far as KYC is concerned. More and more people, when I was researching this, have to undertake KYC as a deterrent and also to be compliant. So this is great news for us. Not only are we going to have...
Why do you think you're going to sell the KYC? Is that the product?
Our own AI KYC solution to be able to identify people, but it's also something that will help other businesses as well.
Oh yeah, because you're going to sell it, right?
So the key KY components are Customer Identification Procedures, CIP for short. This is validating official documentations, used ID documents, etc. There's also customer due diligence, assessing the risk level of that customer within the KYC process.
Yeah, well, I think you should assess the risk level of the scheme that you're doing the KYC for. You know. Just saying. Jane is growing out her hair to donate it to Red. He's got to get a wig.
and ongoing monitoring, continuously verifying customer identity and transaction patterns for anomalies. If you remember when we were talking about KYC a little bit, one of those parts was data. If you remember, it is vitally important that not only are you allowing the right people into your business, but then you are proactive within the business to look at the data of how people use things, how they are operating within your business, collect that data, and the AI should actually pick up any anomalies that go outside the boundaries of normal use.
What?
You see it a lot in business. I'm sure if you are...
Like, we're going to be checking how engaged you are in the back office. That's all I hear.
From the UK, you know that some of the businesses are just fronts for illicit wrongdoings behind the scenes.
Yeah, like BG Wells sharing, right? And several of the other ones I've been speaking out about, huh? Red, what if I told you... Red, what if I told you that OnPassive was actually one of the first schemes that led me down that rabbit hole? Because it was. Like, I covered Organo Gold at the end of 2019 when I was just an itty-bitty channel. And it scared the shit out of me. Because I came to a point where I was like, the cartel is involved in this. And there's a lot of creepy things going on behind the scenes. And that's how me and the recovering Hunbot became friends, because she came across some of them through a different scheme as well, through OneCoin. They connected, some of them. And we were like, holy fuck, what are we sitting on here? This is actually like crazy dangerous. And I wasn't quite ready for the danger yet, you know? And then we found OnPassive, and we were like, this is very similar how things are culty here, and how things aren't really happening, but they're getting paid for somehow. And then that's how I fell down the rabbit hole of starting to cover these schemes that pop up, claim that they're doing something, it's all fake, and really, in the background, it's human trafficking, forced labor, selling people's identities, things like that. What if I told you that this was the first scheme that led me down that rabbit hole, Red? Like I just told you. Would you change your mind? Probably not. Red is reading about legitimate KYC for financial institutions that actually require it. Exactly. Not the KYC here. So what I'm saying, this is for a KYC for an actual company or a bank or something. Like, you know? Here, especially since it's Ash's own, it's actually a red flag. It's a red flag of a data harvesting scheme, which is what we've been talking about for a while now. Like, something else is going on here, Red. If their KYC is working, it's going to send all you idiots for further due diligence because of adverse findings. It's true. That's the funniest thing, is that guess what? The KYC has to go through the SEC. And the SEC is going to be like, Ashmufara can't be doing this. So that's why I'm like, this isn't even a legitimate KYC, damn it. Like, what are we doing? Where are we collecting this data? Like, where is it going? Who is checking it? Like, just Ashmufara? That's worrisome, you know? Like, all of it is just red flags galore, as we've always had because they've always wanted to do a KYC. Congratulations, I guess, but it's always been a huge red flag. And I told you, if it happens, don't send your info. I don't even trust you sending your info to a legitimate KYC through their platform. Okay, never mind sending it directly to their KYC. Just don't. Don't do it.
I know I am chucking it out there, but we do know that barbershops and vape shops are prolific as far as fronts for illicit forms of money cleaning behind the counters.
This is very similar to like if they wanted to do like a criminal record check on you. And I would be like, well, that's weird. What's that for right now? You know, like
the same happens in business online.
You're not being hired by them. But at a legitimate job, almost every job that I've ever gotten, I've had to do a criminal record check. I don't have a record. If I had a record, I wouldn't have been able to be a social service worker, right? Even in the sales jobs that I've done in my life in customer service, they did a criminal record check. I couldn't have a record. But it's one thing when I go and I get hired at a job, you know, to do that. It's another thing, you know, if Ash were to ask for that. Same thing with the KYC, all right? It's one thing if another financial institution gives you a legitimate KYC to do. That's different than Ash giving you a KYC here. It's not the same. Mark says, I preferred Red talking about website colors rather than reading AI scripts of useless information, right? He looks really miserable these days, and it's so, like, repetitive for him. You know? And just slop. Just AI slop every day. How is Red going to prove proof of residence? Send in a pic of his boat? I don't know. Like, I guess the boat must have some kind of address to it. Or something. I don't know what you would do for that. That's a good question. See, he can tell us about that. Like I said, I would much rather hear about his life on a boat than this shit.
You do have companies that are set up purely and simply to make sure money laundering happens. And
money laundering happens? To make sure that money laundering happens? I don't think so. I don't think there's companies, I mean, there's scams and gangsters set up to make sure money laundering happens. But I don't think that, yes, Joey probably does have a P.O. box. You're right. You're right. But I don't think there's companies set up that make sure that money laundering happens, right? I think they're set up to try to stop the money laundering. I think that's what you mean. That was beautiful. We have to hear all that again. I'm sorry.
You do have companies that are set up purely and simply to make sure money laundering happens. And you, as business person who wants to be legitimate and above board, needs to put in place the right KYC so that you don't get sucked into it.
Yeah, they're making sure that money laundering is happening, but don't get sucked into it. That was a great mistake. Love that for us.
So to give you the most relevant information for a company, you can look at how other companies are using it already. So
that does not give you the relevant information here. As I've already pointed out, it's way different than other companies. Why did I point that out? Because I knew Red was eventually going to say some bullshit like this.
Companies are using it. E-commerce, gaming, fintech, crypto already. They are doing it because they want to be legitimate within the right countries. And the primary worry behind...
Yeah, see, that's the problem I have, is I feel like you're doing it to fake legitimacy. Because you can't, that's the problem, right? You can't be legitimate there. In the US. So, has the company left the US? You know, no. So what?
Behind all of this is regulatory fines and fraudulent charges. And we're not talking about small change here that these fines occur.
No, it's like the $4 million that OnPassive got fined with. And the $4 million Ash got fined with, right, Red?
They are big bucks. And nowadays, if a company wants to be doing the right thing, then KYC is one of the most important parts of the onboarding of people and users within your company. And if it's not in place, then the worry is that you will have these fines in the future.
Oh, my worry is still there, even with my worry is actually worse with you having a KYC.
I hope this has gone some way to give you an understanding of why KYC is so important for an online business. It helps to give trust to the consumer if they know that every single person within your online business has gone through a KYC procedure, and they are confident that who they are dealing with is a real person, and they have had certain checks put to them so that they know exactly what is going on.
Yeah, again, you're talking about this as if you guys are being hired as employees and there's like criminal record checks going on with this KYC, right? Like, I don't think I've ever heard customers be like, oh, I'm really glad that this company makes me do a KYC. Now I know I'm talking to a real person at the company. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not really a thing, right? But whatever.
Again, all of this is part of the right way of doing business. And I'm sure that our CEO, Ash Mufareh, has thought this out to make sure that we are confident, other people are confident that the right things have been done prior to us opening the doors to the public.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, you can't, because he has an 8-year director's bar. So again, there is nothing that you can do proper for him to run this in the US. He would have to kick out all of the people in the US, move the company outside of the US, and then do this in order for this to be legal. You see? He cannot run a business, especially in the US, for that long. And an MLM forever, so.
That's it from me. Hopefully be back around one more time this week at least to bring something else to the table. Speak to you soon, and bye for now.
Bye for now. So yeah, that was the video that Megan had to watch that like really inspired her to make her video, you know? So I was like, oh yeah, we definitely have to check this out. More of the same hoopla, as always, unfortunately. So yeah, no, there's that. But all of you guys have made it to the end with me. Look at that. Awesome sauce. So now it is time to get your blankets, get your stuffies, get your favorite snacks and beverage, get all nice and comfy, because now it is time for a story time, where I read to you a wonderful little bedtime story before we sing In It to Win It together and end the stream. So without further ado, let's begin. A story time from Victory with Ash. I hope that all of you are comfy, cozy. Just going to take a sip of my drink before we read this. It's amazing story time. This story time was brought to us by John White, of course. He'll probably be doing our story times for a while now. So, he says, imagine, just for a moment, a quiet little corner of the internet that doesn't feel like a crowded marketplace. No one is shouting at you to buy something. No one is tricking you into clicking. It doesn't buzz with anxiety or glitter with fake promises of overnight riches. It feels more like a gentle, sunlit room. In this space, there is something almost surreal, not in a flashy sci-fi way, but in a deeply human way. Let's call it a freedom machine. Not a machine of cold metal, but one made of care, held together by a simple, beautiful idea. You don't need to lose yourself to make a living online. Let's get mundane. When you arrive, it doesn't ask for your resume or your credit card. It asks softly, what brings you joy? What do you do when no one is watching, just because it feels right? Maybe you love humming old songs, or organizing messy closets, or explaining things in a way that makes people feel less alone. Maybe you simply have a way with words, or listening. You can't be any plain or mundane than that. And this gentle machine takes that tiny, precious thing you offer, your unique spark, and finds the people out there in the vast digital world who need it. Not thousands of strangers, just a handful of kindred spirits. The single mother in another time zone who finds comfort in your voice as she gets through her night shift. The shy teenager who blooms a little because your way of explaining math makes them feel smart instead of stupid. The tired soul who sleeps better at night because your simple, imperfect melodies feel like a lullaby. The machine handles all the heavy soul, crushing stuff silently, in the background. You don't wrestle with algorithms or chase trends. You don't build funnels or perform for an audience you can't even see. You just show up as yourself, sharing the thing that already lives in you. The machine, in its quiet wisdom, turns your gift into a flowing spring of enough to pay your rent, buy your coffee, and breathe a little deeper. It ensures you are valued, not just with likes, but with true worth that translates into a lovely, stable living. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about getting free. The freedom to wake up without an alarm and let your morning stretch out like a cat in the sun. The freedom to close your laptop and be fully present with the people you love, without the ghost of work haunting the corner of the room. It's the deep, soul-level freedom of knowing your life's work isn't a trade of your precious hours for dollars, but an extension of your truest self, generously given and gratefully received. What makes it a machine and not just a dream is that it's for everyone. It doesn't care if you are from a bustling city or a quiet village, if you have a degree or not, if your body works differently or your mind sees the world in a unique way. It is built on the radical, heartfelt belief that every single person has a gift, and that gift is the key to their own liberation. So, what if this isn't just a fantasy? What if the heart of this freedom machine is already blinking? That platform that's built to take you to your dreams its little light is online in the small, quiet ways real communities are forming? What if the only missing piece is the shared belief that it's possible? Because the truth is, the world is full of people who are tired of the hustle, who are aching to be seen not as a consumer or a target, but as a whole human being with something beautiful to offer. What if the real freedom producing machine is simply this? All of us choosing to see the value in each other, creating an economy not of attention, but of mutual tending, where your soft, everyday existence is exactly what someone else has been praying for, and where the act of simply being yourself is the most honest, gentle, and sustainable way of making a living the world has ever known. And you know what I believe? That the very feeling stirring in your heart right now, that quiet recognition, that little flutter of yes, is proof that this isn't just a beautiful daydream. That gentle machine we spoke of, it's not something to wait for. It's something that is being built, brick by invisible brick, every time we choose trust over hustle and connection over performance. Here's the tender secret. You are already holding a piece of it. Maybe it's a thought you haven't dared to voice. Maybe it's a gift you've tucked away, believing no one would pay for that. Maybe it's just this deep, persistent ache for a better way. You don't need permission. You don't need a blueprint. The blueprint is already forming. All you need is to dare to believe that your quiet corner of the internet matters, and that your particular way of showing up is utterly irreplaceable. The world is watching, not for a polished, perfect version of you, but for the real, slightly messy, impossibly genuine one. The one who hums off key and cares too deeply. The one reading these words right now. Thank you for seeing the vision. Now go be a part of it. Become a verified member of this incredible valued transition to the total freedom machine that I have just described. Yeah, this thing had 88 likes, 33 comments, and 19 shares. This amazing story for all of the world to be inspired by. And that is it from John White today, who is the true winner and inspires us all. And that is our
A Story Time from Victory with Ash.
So I hope that you all enjoyed that amazing story time. Joe says, no one wants to know what I do when no one is watching. No, Joe, no, we don't. Please do not tell us. Mark says, oh Lord, is John White on magic mushrooms? Maybe that was quite the story, wasn't it? I feel like it was a good one. We haven't had a good one like that in quite a while. So it excited me to share that with all of you here today. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me today for our SaturYAY with the Sayers of Nay. We usually do this on Fridays, but again, I was busy this week. So thank you for all coming and hanging out, for letting me push this over. Like I said, every once in a while, I might have to move this to Saturday. That's just because my life during the week is getting more busy and I have more appointments and things that I got to do. And so I appreciate all of you allowing me to do that and not, flipping out at me and stuff. Because I hear some horror stories out here about some content creators where they'll be like, I moved a video by a couple days. And my audience got mad at me. Like the Do We Know Them podcast, they had quite a crazy story about their reward show, for example. And I was like, dude, that's nuts. Like, my audience has never been like, you promised us this video on Thursday, and it's Thursday night. Where is it? Like, I have the best audience ever. All right. They are so chill. They are just like, yeah, no, whenever you're ready, Queen. I mean, we'll be here when you decide to stream it, you know? Like, we'll see you soon. So I appreciate all of you. I love all of your faces. Thank you so much for making this community such a great community to hang out in and to celebrate every single week and, you know, have fun learning about this scheme and kind of, you know, getting back to our roots all together, I guess you could say, once a week, just to remind us of why we do what we do. Because like I said, OnPassive really was the first one that really led me down this crazy rabbit hole that's brought me to where I am today. So, I think that it's time to wish all of you a great weekend. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Make sure that you do practice Self-Care Saturday today. All right? If you haven't already today, go log off the internet, do something for yourself. Go have a bubble bath, read a book, watch your favorite movie, you know, your comfort movie. We all have some. Mine's like Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, you know, things like that. I'm sure you have yours too. Go do something you love. I'm going to hang out with my little one and eat a great dinner that my husband's cooking for me right now. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll probably do a quick post by the end of the night about Self-Care Saturday. So that will probably go up soon. And I will see you all on Monday for my next part of my BG Wealth deep dive, which will make, you know, a lot of my worries about this also make more sense too. I'm sure you haven't already heard, you will on Monday. And like always, I love all of you and we're in it to win it. Yeah, go watch some cat videos. There you go.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
Bye, everyone. See you Monday.
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Shining bright into the future, we rise high.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
Everybody! Woo!
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend.
I'm your friend. Have a great weekend, everybody!
My name is Ash Mufara. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying or we know who you are,
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3 Minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
That's a large dog now!
My name is Ash Mufara, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
going there. That negative behavior got more followers on it than I do in my YouTube. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name's Ashton Potter.
Stop going there. Yeah, the karma's on there.
Ain't going anywhere.
My name's Ashton Potter, and I'm your friend.
Have a good weekend, everyone. I love all your faces.
Let's go to Guyana.